One. Come on. The name is Law Nation. As we continue to build this and understand this, that it's really one way or another. Cowboy Nation, stand tall or not at all. Appreciate each and every last one of you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like, share this content, let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Let's get it. Come on. Yo. There ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a off-season groove? Hey, oh, come on. Hit the like button, share this content. Let a friend or that neighbor know.
What more do you want to be?
You have an unnatural allegiance to losing. It's not right.
Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Where you at, Riggs? Where you at? Riggs! Come on.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
2. And MK Ultra, Mike McCarthy. Come on. Come on with it, baby.
I want me some glory hole.
What's good with everybody, man? I thank everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. Let me know if the audio is straight, and you can put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. This may be a long episode. It may be short. I don't know. Just going to go with the flow and the flavor of the hour. I tried to go live around 11 to 1, and my schedule is always a weird one, but it's always, you got to get in line with the alkaline. You got to get the sun rays. You got the ground. You got to do a whole bunch of things to keep your mind clear. And we do all of those processes in the morning time to get things going, So today was a very glorious day. Got a chance to get some sun rays. Got a chance to talk to some trees, stand under the tree. Make sure you get in touch and communication with the tree. Let me know if I'm going too deep with y'all right now. Before the room fill up, be sure to hit the like, share this content, and shout out to you, Amanda, Boys fan, Torres, Jameson, Common Sense Lab. Appreciate each and every last one of you guys. All right, so there's been rumblings of winning more with less. That's the Jerry Jones philosophy. Now, Jerry Jones, when he first purchased the team, he was a wheel and dealer. He was a maverick at heart. And on top of that, hey, he let no be his vitamin, right? He didn't fold. He didn't bend. He didn't get into this mindset that it's not going to be possible. Winning was everything, and that was in his DNA. But over the course of the years, of course, Jerry Jones become more and more docile. And when I say docile, that's a defenseless animal. Think of a sheep. Think of a butterfly, docile, right? When you're talking about aggressive approach, think of the lion. The lion don't ask, can I have a piece of their ass, right? The lion goes and eat. And the lion have a mentality that, hey, if it's out there and I'm hungry, I'm not fit to be polite. So somehow along the way, the Cowboys turn into this docile animal approach, whereas we're going to keep everything close, tight to our vest. We're not going to overexpend. We're going to keep things right here into this spot because we've been hurt. We've been burnt before with past contracts, like the Joey Galloways of the world, like the Mike Williams, I believe, or Roy Williams, right? Like the Roy Williams of the world. And the contracts goes on and on. Even Brandon Carr to a degree, although when you look at what he played at and how he played, it wasn't that terrible. It's just the fact that the Cowboys didn't complement and added other things to it. Basically, we had no scheme, no strategy put into place, and he got burnt on several occasions. But when you look at the stat lines for your mind, you can literally see, hey, man, he was solid, but he wasn't what we really wanted. And when you're talking about Brandon Carr versus Megatron, of course, I think Megatron in that game, or those course of games that we seen, man, he put up 320 yards on us. It's crazy. It's crazy, some type of crazy number. But Brandon says docile equals no Super Bowl, right, for 30 years. And it goes to where can we point the finger, right? It goes to who is the blame. It's the blame game, right? And now we're seeing different situations. We knew in the hearts of hearts, all of us knew in the hearts of hearts, that Jason Garrett was Jason Garrett, right? We knew that, like, come on, how you doing, guys? We knew from a fan perspective that Jason Garrett wouldn't have been that dude to get us over the hump. But by our love for this team, we accepted it, right? We still went to games. We still filled out stadiums. We still root for Tony Romo. We still root for DeMarco Murray. We still rooted for this team like no other. This team was still at a growth aspect even with Jason Garrett. So moving on from Jason Garrett, it went to Mike McCarthy. And listening to Mike McCarthy, we all knew without a shout of a doubt that Mike McCarthy is here. Jason Garrett is here. We knew that, right? But at the same time, we all kind of understood that we were at that point that we were all expressing to ourselves, give us anybody, man. Let Law Nation coach the team. Let Eastside Harold coach the team. Anybody but Jason Garrett, right? And here comes Mike McCarthy. Going into the 2020 season, technically, it wasn't better than 2019. And there were a third of Cowboy fans said, hey, man, can we bring back Jason Garrett? I like, blasphemous. Don't you ever say those words, right? But, that's how the cookie crumbles. And then we knew that, it was a pandemic. We knew that those things exist, and it was very difficult. And then 2021 hit. We've been winning 12 or more games since then. So now we're looking at this spot that is not enough because we've been so hungry. We've been so itching for a chance to lift up that Lombardi trophy that we already adapted a mindset, a philosophy approach to this, that, we need players. We need superstars. Because that was the Jason Garrett era. We need, in order for us to win, it had to be by chance that all of a sudden Dez Bryant, all of a sudden Tony Romo, all of a sudden DeMarco Murray, all of a sudden Jason Witten, all of a sudden D. Ware, all of a sudden that these boys can get together, because if for damn sure wouldn't have been for the coaching, there's no game during that particular administration that you walk into and say, hey, we had the leg up because of the coaching. We had to win because of the players. And we adopted that same philosophy and principle, and we gave all of the hope for this particular team to find it during the draft season, because we already knew that since the Brandon Carr situation, they do not dibble and they do not dive and they do not do anything as it relates to touching the free agency. Right? Shout out to Soto, but James, y'all say it with me, Washington. So With all of that being said, let me know. With all of that being said, let me know if I'm wrong. With all of that being said, a piece of us is still with that. So it was brought to my attention that my guy, and let me see if I can find the audio. We'll play this part right here. And this may be a long show because I got a lot of things loaded up in here. And yeah. Let me play this.
I'm a big believer in a second and third year jump. We have some young players. We got some guys coming back off of IR that were young players that we're excited about. So we are definitely improving. We're just not part of the free agent market right now.
So is that what Cowboys fans can hang their hat on, the fact that there are guys coming back that are going to be getting better because people keep waiting for the Cowboys to make moves?
Well, I think that, and also there's a lot left. So it's you'll probably have a market right before the draft or post draft, and then you got your June 1st market, and obviously we'll have another draft class. So I have great confidence in our roster.
All right. So with that being said, that is in so many words, we like our guys, right? And I'm not finna take a dump on any of these players here because crazier things can happen, right? And I'm trying to be as real as possible with you guys. And shout out to everybody who hitting the like buttons, man. If you guys are sharing, we got a slight shadow band going on, right? They say, "Lord, man, you got over 100,000 people, man, but only 3 people watching your videos." Well, I'm shadowed, because they're watching it on Facebook. They're doing their job on Instagram. They're doing their job on TikTok. But YouTube, according to this information that they sent me, April the 3rd will be the last day. So if y'all can bear with me, Hail Mary, hit that like button, share this content, and give me a 1 in the chat if you already hit that like button for your boy. They're just for me, man. You don't have to send no donations or anything, but feel free to do that. But hit the like button. That helps the algorithm out. And for those who like to see this content, just let me know with the sharing. But with that being said, with Mike McCarthy basically said we like our guys. And when people were talking about the fact that we had our guys last season, it's just one player that can't really get us over because we had 9 All-Pros. And I was sitting there thinking, I said, I don't remember when we had 9 All-Pros. But I'm the type of person that if I say something wrong and I review it and I see it, I don't mind saying that, hey, I was wrong. Because it was necessarily for me to go back because so many people were saying, we had 9 All-Pros, bro. We had pros. And in different area, yeah. We have pros. So when I look back at everything, you guys were right. I was wrong, partially. Because the AP All-Pros, that's the Associate Press, that could be bought, in my opinion. Those are a team of writers. Not saying that they play football, but they are a team of writers. Think of this. Steve Urkel. Think of this. Guys with glasses and suspenders with overcoats. Yeah, just what I'm saying. They are a team of writers who came up with this particular list. AP All-Pro. Now, there's an AP All-Pro and then there's an NFL All-Pro. But we're not finna get into the numbers basically. If we want to hang our hats on that, the Cowboys had 9 All-Pros, and here's the AP All-Pro list that we have in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Name me the guys that showed up in that Green Bay Packers game. Was it 17? Was it number 73? Was it numero 77? Was it 5? I got 5 on it. For damn sure, we know 4 didn't show up nothing. You know what I mean? Was it 11? For damn sure, we know 11 didn't show up for none. Okay, did 87 make All-Pro? I'm looking for his name. 26, did he give us a pick? Did he scoop up something? You know, hey, 17 and 5, those are the guys of All-Pro. They ought to snatch him back, huh? 70, did he show up? Because at the end of the day, I think the Green Bay Packers, if I were to line up all of you guys and put you in a room and say, would you rather have Green Bay front 4 as it relates to their defensive situation or the Cowboys front 4? Because the Cowboys front 4, I'm talking about on the defensive side, did they even peach Jordan Love? Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. Yeah, stop it. Murdoch says we go by the NFL All-Pro. That's it. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's my whole conversation. Yeah. So how many sacks did we put on Green Bay? 0. Zilch. Zilch. And how many times the Green Bay guys were able to get back and get upfield? They only rushed 4 and they had 5 sacks on the quarterback. But we the ones with 9 All-Pros. 9 of them. So it hit me. And it hit me again. It was left and right. It was just hitting me. And I said, you know what? Let me look into the Cowboys depth charts here when they're talking about less with more. When they start talking about that. So we need to take a picture and look into all of this. And I started to say to myself, okay, this is, it says unofficial. And I love the way how they got this, and it still says for the 2023. But based off of rules, they got to snatch off the names of the people that they lost. And when I look down this list, they left the holes there. They left the holes. They got holes. They got holes. Come on. Hit that like button. Share this content. Yes, indeed. All right. So Dak, Cooper Rush, Trey Lance. Can you guys see what's on the screen? If you may have to zoom in, turn your phone sideways so you can zoom in even more. If you're watching it from the confines of your home, just put it on that big 85 Samsung TV. I know y'all got it like that. So they don't even have on the website the official nada starting running back. They got the second string, which is Rico, and a third string. So let's pull out our Sharpie. Let me turn it to Sharpie law over here. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Elijah, dear Elijah. There's a hole right there. All right, and then we look at our wide receiver situation. We got C. Dangerous Lamb, Jalen Brooks, Brandon Cooks, Cavante Turpin, Jalen Tolbert. There's a hole right there, baby. There's a hole. So we can literally fill these things in because we can't fill them in during the free agency on the front end because we don't shop there. No. That's like shopping at Target, Walmart. They don't like to go to those stores. They like to go to Payless, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Shake the Tree. Walmart would be too expensive for them, right? So that's just what it is. When we look at that, I think that Jalen Tolbert can fit right on in here. No Diddy. He can fit right on in right there. And shout out to Diddy lawyers because they said that, man, he ain't even arrested. But that's a whole nother conversation. All right, don't want to get double shadowed banned over here. But all right, so what we got here is a humongous hole at left tackle. We got a humongous hole at center. So when we talking about with less, with more, what we going to do here, ladies and gentlemen? How are we going to fulfill these spots? Well, I'm thinking that there going to be movement. We're going to slide Awesome here. We're going to find Brock Hoffman, whatever number he wears, he's going to fit right in. Hoffman, BH, right? Hoffman, BH, Hoffman. We're going to put BH right here. Tyler Bash. Or this can be a spot where as they slide. Look at that. Look at that, boy. Look at that drawing. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Arts, baby. They're going to slide Tyler Smith to the left tackle, and then they're going to move either Awesome, keep him on the bench, and slide him at guard. But here's what I got to tell you guys. One thing that I know about these Joneses, that they are a stubborn bunch of guys, and they always want to be right. They don't like to be wrong. Oh, no, they don't want to be wrong. No, they don't want to be wrong. Keep hitting that like button for your boy. Keep hitting the like button. I got to get these likes up, man. Got to get these likes up. Here's what I got here. Don't sleep on Awesome Richards. They drafted him. They love their guys. And they're going to give him a shake. They gave Joshua Ball a shake. He just couldn't bounce. And they gave Matt Waletzko. He just couldn't keep it together. As far as his shoulder, he had the shoulder lean. He couldn't stay healthy. But if Awesome Richards, if he is healthy during his offseason, during training camp, he may be that starting guy. And they're going to stand tall and boldly and say, these are the things that I've done. Let's get back to this this sheet over here, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Those are the holes on the offensive side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 holes there, okay? So keep that number in mind, four of those holes over there. All right, so far as the defensive edge guys, this is what we have. We have a second string guy as far as Mozzie inside, but our edge guys, we have a hole right here, a hole right here. We have a hole right here, those 3 holes right there, and I put a question mark by Mozzie, man. And, of course, we got a guy that's going to be on the third wave, and his name is Carl Davis. I don't know whether or not you get Carl Davis in front of Mozzie, but those are how the things work. That's how it goes right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that's literally 1, 2, 3. That's 3 holes right there. Possible 4. And then we look at our linebacker room. Of course, we got Eric Kendricks, so we're going to have to put EK right here. We got, and I forgot about this. Parsons, he's going to be either an edge rusher. I can't wait to hear Parsons talk about how, my guy, what's his name, Mike Zim, is going to really elevate him.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Hey, too many missed tackles. Let's go.
Hey.
Damn soft. I just hate mistakes. Hate mistakes.
Happy birthday to you, Jay Lombardi, baby. Appreciate you. I would sing like Luther, but, man, it's just what it is right now, fella. You know what I'm saying? But happy birthday. Put JL birthday in the chat, man. Put JL or put JL in the chat for his birthday, big dog. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Shout out to brother Jay Lombardi, man. Been rocking with the channel for a long time, man. Not a short time. They going to bring back Stephon Gilmore. Normally they take these names off. So they going to bring back Stephon Gilmore. I already see it. See, their website messed up. We got some insider stuff from Cowboys website. Everybody else gone. They're supposed to be gone, but his name's still there. So therefore, I declare and decree JLK Day. Yeah, no, JL Day. I've been saying JL Day. JL Day, baby. Put JLD, man. Put it in the chat for me, man. So shout out to you, man. Happy birthday to you, bro. So if you see all of those things, right? Because, yeah, I didn't even know. So they said they messed up this website. So if they fool around, have some breaking news this weekend, y'all know who broke it first. Stephon Gilmore. Their website that snitched on them. Yeah, reveal, expose. Yeah, that's what their website did. Yeah. So JL, and then we're going to slide down to here. These are special team heroes, guys. So we listen to all of that, and they say more with less. Now, we talked about philosophies and principles before here, and we talked about how this team can get better. We talked about guys that needed to have more reps, like your Sam Williams. We talked about the fact that, we had guys that couldn't get in rotation. I like Junior Fihoko. We just didn't get a chance to see a lot of his tape. We talked about those things. But here was a conversational piece on the nightcap, and they pretty much jumped right on in with some of these same arguments that we had here. Chris Blunt says Gilmore going back to the Patriots. I don't know yet. He haven't signed ink on paper, not there yet. Unless it's some earth-shattering breaking news. And then again, money is money. And speaking of money, if you guys can do me a huge favor, put your prayers together for Baltimore. I had a few people who live in the area who hit me up and said that they are okay. But, you know, some people said that they have some family members that's going through some trials and tribulations. So, I mean, at this point, let's pray for those who's been affected by this. I know it's crazy how the world works, and all we looking for is solutions, right? For peace, sanity, and long life living, you know, all of that good stuff. And it was destroyed by some, you know, I don't know, whatever. I haven't dived deep into the boat or the ship that hit the bridge or what have you. But come on, man, it's right there. It's right there. You know good and well you're supposed to navigate better. But, you know, all we can do is put our prayers together. It's spilled milk at this point, and put our prayers together for those who's been affected by this, you know, who's going through all of the trials and tribulations. All right, and Willie T, appreciate you. Yeah, Jay Lombardi, yeah, it was scary, man. The boat lost power 3 times. How the boat lose power? You know, how the boat? You know, I ain't gonna. I'm not finna get conspiracy law over here. You know. Yeah, I seen the video. Yeah. We saw the ship goes in, goes out. I ain't gonna turn to, you know, we ain't gonna go down there, right? But all right, let's listen to this.
Jerry Jones goes from all in.
Oh, wait, come on, man. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Hold on, check this out what he said, Ocho.
Again?
Ocho, you got it. No, check this out what he said. Jerry Jones goes from all in to needing to win with less. The Cowboys were all in February, but in March, not so much. Jerry Jones says, I've been more all in before by any definition, and I have more all in to make the run back to the line of scrimmage than I have to run for 50 yards. It took more than all in just to get back to the line of scrimmage than it did to run 50 yards. Sometimes that is a bigger challenge. That is really the gist of what we're about this year. We've got to get it done. I think we've been in a situation where we really can get it done with lesser. More doesn't necessarily mean beat Green Bay.
All right. From Jerry Jones' perspective, objectively, and that's why I put objectively reviewing this plus more in the chat. Objectively, we got dog walk with the AP All-Pro 9 players. We got dog walked. How many All-Pros were on the Green Bay Packers team? You know, I mean, we got dog walked. And you are known by your last tape. I know we say, hey, you got to get over this. Hey, we were sabotaged from Dan Quinn and et cetera. But how do you get dog walk with 9 All-Pros, right? I can tell you, if you present something and don't have a strategy, it don't matter. Like, for example, if my guy Chris Blunt that's in the chat never drove a stick shift, it don't matter how many horsepower the stick shift got, right? Or the car have or what have you. It don't matter how fancy the Ferrari is. He can't get it out of the driveway. He burn up the clutch, but people are looking at it like, woo, woo. And that is exactly what happened. We were so deficient or inefficient in the area of linebacker. Literally, we had correspondents, people who played the game say to themselves and say nationally, what the hell are the Cowboys are doing with DBs out there trying to play safety or try to play linebacker? Jordan Love himself, when he went on Michael Parsons' podcast and gave out the whole answers to the test. And he said, hey, man, we knew that at the end of the day, we knew we could run the ball. We knew we could run the ball on y'all. And he snickered and laughed and said, hey, man, y'all had point guards playing linebackers, you know.
Jerry actually thought he was writing a dissertation on that legal notepad, and y'all saw what was on it.
You know what? I just want to apologize to the most important figure in the Cowboys franchise right now, in Dak Prescott. I just want to, hey, Dak, I know you're going to see this. Bro, I love you. I love you dearly. You know how I feel about you. You know, when I see you, but the fact that you have to deal with that, I feel for you, you know, for someone that doesn't actually love the game the way you think he should love the game and understand what I need to do to make sure my team that I run so I can get the credit for, he really doesn't get it yet. And the fact that you have to deal with that and smile at that and really understand how he feels about you, and knowing that he's still not going to change and still won't get from in front of the camera so you can do the job that you need to do without the added pressure from the top. Dak, I love you, bro, and like at some point, we just talked about this last night. We just talked about bulletin board material that is adding unneeded pressure to a team that has not achieved the greatness that you once had in 94, 95, and 96, whatever the years were. Mm-hmm. Stop talking about it. Just you don't have to. There's nothing else to say. Cowboys fans, I apologize to y'all as well.
Do y'all accept Ocho Cinco apology? Give me a yes or a no in the chat. Do you accept his apology? Because he said he apologized to us, man. You know what I mean? He apologized to us. Do y'all accept his apology?
Just you don't have to. There's nothing else to say. Cowboys fans, I apologize to y'all as well. I apologize because you shouldn't have to endure this shit. You shouldn't have to. Any other owners talking, any other owners having, you know, I know, just like, come on, man. Jerry's supposed to be on his yacht somewhere. Jerry's supposed to be on his yacht somewhere, enjoying yourself, enjoying your off time, allowing the players, you know, to do what they do. Like, come on, Jerry.
Does he realize just a month ago, after the loss to Green Bay, he came out and said, we're all in. We was trying to think, okay, all in, that means they're going to be big in free agency. They're going to make sure they sign their guys. Obviously, Micah is at the front of the list. CD Lamb needs to be a guy they need to take care of. Dak Prescott's contract, even though it went from $59 million to $55 million,
right?
Because his roster bonus was turned into a signing bonus. 2 boardable years were added to spread that out to give him some relief. But here we are right now. You look at they signed Eric Kendricks. They lost Dorrance Armstrong. They lost Tyler Biotis. They lost Dante Fowler. They lost Tony Pollard.
Now, objectively speaking, those are a lot of guys that we did miss out on. Who crying over Tony Pollard? Who's crying over DA? Now, these depths that we losing, though, that is for a fact. Who's crying over Fowler? Tyler Biotis? Tyron. Who's crying over those boys? Jonathan Hankins and Tyron is the only two guys that we can literally say to ourselves, and I'm not discounting Fowler. I'm not discounting my guy DA as well. But how in the world would you ever get a chance to see Sam Williams? Troops says he's crying over Pollard. Now, here's my only thing, and I agree with you to a degree, Troops. or is it tropes? Troops, Citing, this is what I will say with Pollard. Pollard will be more explosive this year than what he was last season. Pollard started becoming more explosive on the tail end of the season last season. He was. And there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So my thing is, and it's crazy to a degree, for us to go through that 1 year of knowing that he had to go through a recovery stage, because you just don't break that and then come back and say, I'm going to play a better year than the previous year. Life don't work that way. You don't get hurt and then play better. You get hurt and then you got to go through the recovery. So my thing is, Cowboys, they should have, and hear me out, they should have held Pollard feet to the fire. You didn't have to pay that man $10.5 million last season on their franchise tag. And that money, you can't prorate it, you can't spread it about. $10 million is the equivalent to 3 players. 3 players. Look how much, and I'm not peeling back the scar tissues and pouring alcohol down it, but look at DeAndre Swift. They got him for half of what we paid for out of Pollard. And DeAndre Swift and Pollard pretty much had the equivalency of the same kind of caliber of year. So that's just how that goes. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Pollard will have a better season, although he'll have a better season than what he had last season there in Titans versus here, because he'll be a little bit more explosive. Now, although he's going to a horrid offensive line there, they got some holes over there in Titans land, right? They need to fix those holes on the offensive line. But that's just my thoughts there. And I disagree with you, Saiton, to say that Sam Williams is trash. I disagree with that, because there's no evidence of tape when you present it and say he can't get off of his jams, he can't get off his releases, he's horrid in stopping the run. With less than 260 snaps his rookie year, he had 4 sacks. 4 sacks. If you to prorate those snap numbers into north of 600 or 700 snaps, this is a double-digit sack guy. But you can't make you can't make the club in the tub, right? So the Cowboys, they utilize Sam Williams as a gunner. Over a third of his penalties came from him playing not in a natural position. There's not edge rushers playing gunners. And I like what somebody said earlier about, utilizing your resources. It's like putting Kevin Hart down in a low post on Shaq. He ain't going to win. He ain't going to win. He's not going to win. But neither here nor there. Let's listen.
I think they re-signed Jordan Lewis to a 1-year deal, their long snapper to a 1-year deal. But a lot of guys, a lot of depth guys are gone now. Mm-hmm. And so I think Jerry actually forgot that he said they're all in. Now, he came back and tried to walk that back. Says, hey, what we mean is that we're going to sign all our players. Now he's saying we need to win with less. How the hell you going to win with less when you couldn't win with more?
Yeah. Now, what they do have to do is they have to take care of the 3-headed monster. Mm-hmm. You have to take care of your nucleus. Okay? For one, that's Dak Prescott. That's a no-brainer. CeeDee Lamb, that's a no-brainer. Micah Parsons, that's a no-brainer. But at some point with the way the cap is going up, I don't know the numbers. I'm not sure where they are as far as
255. The cap is 255 million this year.
Okay, but what they can do is they can fill some other spots, get some depth, even though you lost players. There are many, many good players that can be an acquisition and help that team this year, whether it be on the offensive side of the ball, whether it be on the defensive side of the ball. I know they need a number 2. I know that. I know
Yeah.
they needed another corner. I know that.
They released
When he say number 2, he talking about wide receiver. I said this before, and I'm going to say this again. Our wide receiver 1 is, of course, CeeDee Lamb. Our wide receiver 2 need to be Jake Ferguson. He need to be the second target. And, hell, in certain games when they roll the coverages, hell, he need to be the number 1 target. He need to be. I like Cooks, but he's your third option. Tolbert, a third option. Oh, my goodness. Kevontae Turpin, he's a third option. These are not true number 2 wide receivers. And I get it. Brandon Cook's total body of work and resume speaks loudly that he should be a 1 or a 2. But he's on the back end of his age range and career, and he's been like a third target. He would be by far number 2 in certain different systems. But by it being that where Cooks eat at is the same lineup where Lamb eats at. You can't put both of those bodies inside the slot. You can't. There's no infrastructure for that. So I agree with Chad Ochocinco. Now, there'll be somebody in the arguments and arguing in the chats or what have you. Say, nah, man, Ocho is wrong. Well, argue with yourself because those are identifiable things. Now, can Tolbert step up this offseason and declare that number 2 spot? Yeah, anything can happen, man. He's been working out in the sands. He's been doing plyometrics, calisthenics, and everything. Yeah. But it is what it is. Let's listen.
Michael Gallup. Obviously, with the neck injury, it became prohibitive for Kyle Vander Esch to play. So he retired. He released, and he later retired. Mm-hmm. And so you're right. They need a number 2. It's going to be very, very interesting that you're talking about winning with less when you said you were all in, needing more. So I don't know where Jerry is all over the board. This is what he also said. He also said he doesn't regret playing Ezekiel Elliott a massive money for a running back. Rather, he believes his lesson from that part of what makes him the best option for the Cowboys GM. What I can do for our fans is learn from what we did with Zeke. I can learn. I can look back and make the comparison, and I'm more likely to learn from that than some new face. I really am. I believe that as long as I can do my homework and I got my energy. First of all, you're not doing any homework, Jerry. The scouts, they're preparing all the notes.
Jerry's still learning, and we talked about this yesterday. Jerry's still learning, and people came up with all type of data points, and I know who came up with it. My guy Jeff Kavanaugh, who remember Jeff Kavanaugh, was like, hey, you don't pay these running backs, man. And he had a whole grid chart on why not to pay Ezekiel Elliott during that time frame. Now, I'm with the belief that if Zeke was in a different system, people were pointing at Zeke falling off because it was just time for the running back to fall off. But I was looking at it like, shoot, that doggone Kellen Moore, a rookie calling plays. Oh, man, a rookie play caller. He's not finna get busy with that dude, Ezekiel Elliott. He's still learning himself. Now, the passing game and certain things, we will do good in that number, but we wasn't going to do crazy numbers. Look at Zeke numbers when Kellen Moore started to call the plays. It was a nosedive situation. Now, I'm not saying that just because it was Kellen Moore that Zeke fell off the map or fell to the bottom of things. But look at our run design. Look at our schemes. You can't name me a game in the last 4 or 5 years that we schemed it up perfectly with the running approach. And if we did do it, it was for one game and they went away from it. I think that, if you go back into 2021, there was a good running approach when we utilized Zeke and Tony Pollard in that game versus the Chargers. But there's not many games that we sat back and said, oh, man, the run game, man, shoot. It was like what we seen out of Green Bay Packers. We haven't seen a well-produced run game, a run approach, in many a moons. But if you put that same Zeke in a system like the Shanahan's or to a degree like that particular trait, any of those boys, he would have been able to flourish. But that's water under the bridge. The Cowboys should have a new set of situations now as far as running approach, because Kellen Moore is not here anymore, nor the Jason Garrett system and philosophy is here anymore, right? And on top of that, last season, on top of that, we had Jeff Blasco as well as what was the guy, Mike Solari and all of those boys who couldn't really get busy with the run game too. Oh, that's not Mike McCarthy's calling card. Is running the ball. So our only hope is they focus in, they go into this draft, instead of, since they didn't pull from the free agent tree, that we got to find a running back out of this draft. We can say all what we want with Rico. I like his tendencies, but when we even look at this list right here and we stroll all the way up, we see that Rico, he's already penciled in as the second string running back. Come on with it. And, of course, we got Snoop Connor, who's supposed to do something for us, Malik Davis, and Deuce Vaughn. So we're going to have to really draft one of those guys. We got to hit on one of them, man. That's why I say, shoot, I'm with the belief you double dip. If they are hell bent on Jonathan Brooks, which I get, I understand, he would have been by far one of the higher graded running backs out of the draft. But at the end of the day, the easiest transition to have, or transaction basically, because money gonna be moved around, or when you look at it, is running back. You just got to know when to hit. What round did Isaiah went in, and what system he went in, and what running backs was in that class? I need to know. What round did Isaiah went in, y'all? Ladies and gentlemen, help me out. Help me. What year was Isaiah? Yeah, I know I got my historians here in the chat. Shout out to you, Unlucky. Shout out to you, Eastside Harold. And that's what we trying to say, Eastside, because you knew that could help your boy C.J. Stroud out his run game. Y'all didn't have that against the Ravens. Brooks, Benson, Blake Corum. Hey, Joseph, it could be a world we draft all three of them. That would be funny, huh? Let's just draft all three of them. Yeah, let's draft all three of them. But at the end of the day, we can't miss on all three of them, and probably miss on all three of them. Breland Allen and shit. Yeah, I know he was drafted in the 7th round, but who was out of that class of that year that was by far everybody was like, yeah, if you draft him, he gonna be the dude. Running backs, it depends on what systems you go to as well, Hell yeah, it depends on what system you go to. Yeah, y'all, Wisconsin running back, Breland Allen. Cowboys have a history of drafting good linemen in the first. This is from Travis. Yeah. Don't sleep on Dylan Johnson. Okay. It's so many, man, with these running backs. But I still go get that bloodline. I said that in my last video. I still go get that bloodline. Frank Gore Jr. And we'll be able to stick it right back to the 49ers if we see them, Come on, the sun. All right, let's go to this right here.
You're doing limited. That's not you. You're a businessman. You're not a football guy. I'm not so sure Jerry Jones knows the difference between a screenplay and a screen porch at this point.
Leave Jerry alone.
Stop this.
I'm confused.
Damn act together.
So he
Don't
can
like your
learn
attitude.
from the situation with Ezekiel Elliott, but he can't learn that maybe I need to take a back seat, and maybe the results that we're looking for in bringing a Lombardi back to Dallas, maybe I'm in the way. Oh, we don't see that.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. He doesn't see that. He ain't trying to see. You remember now, Ocho, I told you the blindest man is the one that cannot see. It's the one that chooses not to see.
That's a good quote right there. But write this down. Those who profit from the blind will never inspire them to see. And if you really listen to what I said, you will realize, shoot, I don't want you guys to see. And that is what objectively the Joneses are doing at this time. They don't want y'all to see, man. Come on, man. Hey, they want you to blindly fall in love with this. And that's okay. Because most of us was fans of this team before they even bought the team, and I get all of that. We're not folding up. We're not finna run away. Remember the Alabama running back we drafted that was a dog in college and couldn't make the team? You talking about Scarborough, Bo Scarborough. Man, we had too many dogs, boy. We had a lot of dogs on that one. Action, yeah. We had a lot of dogs in the room still. I think we still had Zeke. We still had what's Jalen Smith brother name? We had Jalen Smith brother. Yeah. We had somebody else. That Bo Scarborough, he couldn't beat out Jalen Smith brother. I think this is his name, Rob Smith. I think that Rod Smith and Zeke would have been a lethal combination if Scott Linehan, and we going back now, dog. We going back. And Keith Smith, yeah, not Sweat, but Keith Smith. It would have been a lethal combination if they knew what the hell that they was doing. It's the reason why Scott Linehan ain't coaching nowhere, you know. People fail to realize we had the resources there. Yeah, man. You had Zeke, Rod Smith, and we were saying, man, put both of them in the backfield at the same time. Let the opposition pick, and then on top of that, let's do that end around thing. Ooh. Yeah, Keith Smith too. Yeah, Jalen brother. Okay, his name was Rod, not Rob. So yeah. Oh my goodness, man, we had it, and then we had a healthier offensive line at that time. But that's a whole nother thing, man. Lanihan was great for 14, 15, and 16. Lanihan was great for that damn screenplay that we used to have. They got rid of it. You remember that screenplay? I mean, that was a play that we used against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, it was phenomenal when we did the little end around thing. Oh my man, y'all got me going back too many years, man. Too many years. I would never get this show going. Y'all got me thinking, boy. Y'all got me thinking.
Sometimes you lose your ability of sight. You know, but if it's there and you choose not to see it, when you have a choice and you choose not to see, you're the blindest of the blind.
You know what could happen, but I know it wouldn't. I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible for that many people to band together. And I think if the Cowboys want change outside of the players and organization,
Lord,
the fans would have to do something.
Lord,
the fans in Dallas would have to do something.
Lord,
if they really want change.
Not you too, Jack.
You know what? Hell, first home game, don't motherfucking show up.
No, Jack.
Watch that bitch from home. Everybody, watch it from home. Watch it from home.
Not happening.
Watch what happened.
That's not gonna happen, Ocho Cinco. That's not gonna happen, man. Look, I get what he said. And I understand how y'all feel about that. I know, man. Y'all been banging on the table. Law, we got to boycott. Law, can you be the leader of the troop of boycotting? You know, don't y'all know? If it won't be us in the stands, it will be the opposing team, whoever we play in the stands. That's just what it is. It is a money marketing printout machine. It's going to be somebody in the stands in the stadium, and they'll be rooting for the other team. They'll be rooting for the other team. I remember in 2021, Broncos fans, they filled the stadium up. They filled the whole entire stadium up. They did. You couldn't even move around if you was a Cowboy fan. You couldn't even get out of the way because it was so many people that filled that stand and that stadium up. That's just how it goes. You can't boycott his team. You can't. Either you gonna be there or the opposing team gonna be there.
Watch. I guarantee you there will be some changes, starting at the top. Well, Jerry, you know what? Obviously, I think at this point they are sick of you. You know how we know they sick of you? Because it's only 3,000 people. Jerry's world. it's only 3,000 out there. I'm just saying, because if the bottom line will always be what the bottom line is, as long as the money is still churning, even though the results are not what you want, and the fans are still showing up every Sunday when you got a home game, ain't nothing gonna change. And he's made that abundantly clear.
The Cowboys have some of the most devoted.
Oh yeah. Very great fan
loyal,
base. Great fan base.
Fans out there.
Great fan
so
base.
So the likelihood of them not going to a game, that probably not going to happen.
And this is the problem. Did you hear what you just said? One of the most loyal and devoted fan bases of all 32 teams. So they're deserving of the shit that they get for being as loyal as they are. And they're not getting it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember me going to the last game at the one that they, what was it, the Cotton Bowl? Not the Cotton Bowl game. Whichever one in Irving, when we had the stadium over there. I was there at the last game. It was the Cowboys versus the Ravens. And, you know, that season, it's not like we were beating everybody ASS. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, it was the McLean boys. They were running all over us. They were running, and I had a nosebleed seat. And people were telling me, hey, man, you know, we're going to win this game. It's the last game of the Cowboys ever playing at this stadium. At the Texas Stadium, And I was way at the nosebleed spot. And they was like, oh, man, it's your first time ever. People are nice. Hey, come on down, man. You can sit in my section. And then by the third quarter, people getting up out of there because we getting our ass drugged. And it was like, hey, man, you can have my seat, man. I hate the Cowboys. They ain't coming back. And then I move a little bit closer. And then I moved a little bit closer. There were literally thousands of people crying because we lost that game. And I'm a diehard fan too. But I'm sitting like, man, y'all crying. Look, y'all crying. Y'all ain't out on the field. Them boys out there on the field need to be crying. We couldn't stop nothing. But the very next season, those people who were crying, they renewed their hope, and they were still filling up the new stadium. I said, man, you can't stop the fandom. It's always going to be here, ladies and gentlemen. We will be mad, angry, and upset, but there will always be people going to these games, man. There's nothing we can do about it. They were mad, just as mad as you guys are right now with the Joneses. They were mad then. And guess what? Since 1995 and 1996, they haven't lost a dollar. They still making money.
So how do you change that? Because I'm not a Cowboy fan. I'm a fan of the players that are on that team.
True.
How do you get that? Because you got somebody that refuses, that think it's a goddamn reality show. That's how he's run. It ain't no damn reality show. Come on, Jerry. Go
Think about
relax. Kick your feet up, man. Get your martini, a mimoso.
Mimoso.
Get your drop lemon or whatever it is that
Lemon drop.
Lemon drop on
Man,
that
whatever them
thing.
rich folks
Drop
be
tackle
drinking.
is what you're talking about. There's a difference between a drop tackle and a lemon drop, but we get it.
Now, I'm just throwing the names that's jogging my memory. I'm just
You want a sugar rim on your lemon drop?
Pause.
who?
A sugar rim.
Wait a minute.
You talk about
Don't worry
Above the
about
Rim. I saw that movie. That was a good movie
Yeah.
with Tupac. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have any answer.
Swallow them.
That boy said, you want a sugar rim on that lemon drop? Shit. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, man. All right, so that's the nightcap. I guess it's day cap now, since I'm playing it at day. But Ocho is speaking facts. Like, the only way that you can get a change is from the fans, and the fans got to do something drastically to get the Joneses' attention. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing again. This is a lemon drop. But it is. If we were 5-12, I can see that happening. If we were 5-12, I can see that happening. If we won only like 2 or 3 games a season, I can see that happening. But you're not finna get that 12 and like if you like the people who saying boycott team. Are you in Dallas? Are you living in the city or close to the Dallas area? And don't you know when the Cowboys win, you seen how, you can run red lights, you can ride a horse inside Walmart. They won't give you no tickets. They'll say, hey, buddy, just keep it straight. If you living in Dallas, are you the one that's saying, hey, boycott the team, let's boycott it? Because for sure, man, the food tastes good. The water, you know how my guy Vaj Lombardi say, how the water tastes. Shoot, the water tastes good when we winning in Dallas. Yeah. Even in Frisco, you can walk all around. You may be feeling bad at the moment right now, but there's nothing like you playing against the Philadelphia Eagles, and they talking all of that cash money. And they talking about they finna take over our stadium. And if you living in Dallas and you hearing that coworker or you hearing all of those Eagles people talking that stuff, because they ain't for damn sure ain't talking about boycotting their team. And you talking about boycotting your team, and you gonna sit back and watch our team still demolish their team, and you said, I ain't going to the game, or I ain't going to wear my stuff? Shoot. Y'all know good and well. Y'all don't just let me know if you that person to allow another fan base to talk and spit upon you in your city. It's not like we get dog walked, and I get it. I understand 1,000% on the overall outcome, right? But there ain't no way in life, if you're a man of man, if you sitting around here saying that you root for the team, you support this team, you walk hand and foot with this team, you a die-hard Cowboy fan, that you allow an Eagle, a Giant, a Washington, a Pittsburgh Steelers, or whoever it may be, especially a 49ers, come to your city and speak about your team in front of your face, and you got your arms folded, and you mad because we haven't won a playoff game, but we won 12 games at the crib or 16 games at the crib. No, wait. Yeah. You'll be out your mind. Ain't no way. Don't roll with me. Don't roll with me. If I'm riding in the whip and you said, Law, I'm fighting for you, I'm rolling with you, but then the moment you see someone with a bigger guns or a bigger whip, and you sitting there like, where you at? I thought you were down hard with me, dog. Where you at? The coward tells the story how the brave man died. I'm gone, Law. I'm gonna look you up, man. I'm talk good about you, dog. I'm running. No way, man. Show. Yeah, Marcus B. Philly fans are the worst, but they are loyal. And here's what they do. And I'm glad that you brought that up. Here's how Philly get down with it. their media don't bow down to their front office. That's how you going to get the attention of the Joneses. It's not through our fans. It's the media folks, man. You got to have those media folks answering and giving those hard questions, man, to Joneses. You got to have them to say, hey, no, we ain't about that, man. What you mean by winning more with less? That wasn't a ride over there in Philly land. Oh, no, man, they had tiki torches and everything outside. It's the media, man, and I ain't trying to have a media war over here, but it's those folks, man, that got to hold the Joneses' feet to the fire. Because they allow these boys to spit those kind of soft questions. They need to have someone to push and challenge them a little bit more. They do. They need to be wearing the frustration. If y'all really get what I'm saying. But what happened here, when 1310 The Ticket was the flagship station, Jerry had to say, man, these boys putting too much heat. These boys putting too much pressure on me. Let me go where it's easier at, right? 1310 The Ticket don't have that anymore, right? That's where it need to be at. The media, you know. And I ain't trying to sit back and say that we got a soft media because I roll with most of our guys over there. But, man, they be trying to favor, man, look, man, I got to get to this yacht party, man. I'm going to throw you a few. But, hey, this is going to be pillar soft questionings right here, dog. You know, because I ain't trying to miss out on my goodie bag. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is, huh?
The Cowboys fans want answers today. What answer do you have for how this team is playing right now?
We're not playing very well.
Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed as an organization about how the team is playing?
Get your damn act together yourself. Okay? Now we're going to have a good visit this morning, but settle down just a little bit.
I mean, as a Cowboys fan, Jerry,
got a lot to go over. Not going with your question, but I'm going to give you the answers I want to give you this morning, and I don't like your attitude to come in. I've been traveling all night, and I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
I understand the questions. You know the Tolos and the Cowboys fans want answers today. What answer do you have for how this team is playing right now?
We're not playing very well.
Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed as an organization about how the team is playing?
Get your damn act together.
Man, I'm not causing no type of war over here. Hey, somebody say, hey, lead the way. There's a reason why, even if I go under another company and get a media pass, they're like, nah, man, nah. This is for X, Y, and Z. They really corner the market even on how they give out media passes. So that's just how that goes. Now, I can get a media pass like this for the Mavericks, for the Texans. I can get a media pass for anybody but the Cowboys. You know, that's just how that goes. So I get it. I understand. You want to be able to critique a way that you can answer a certain question, right? But I get it. And that's why we have the new media flow. But it is what it is. Yeah. So when you listen to and I'm not saying that that's the way that you got to have it like the Philadelphia media crew or what have you, because 2017, that's been a long time from now, right? But they were willing to have tiki torches and everything to fire Howie just this past offseason. But then Howie said, shoot, I can't stay still. I got to make sure that I can earn this bed that I'm sleeping in Philly. So I got to get up and work. I got to pick up phones. I got to call these people. I got to work this contract out here because my job ain't safe. That's just how that goes. Yeah. They better get their act together, you know. But it's a difference between how certain people rock and roll. And once again, I'm not beating up the local media here, but we can just see, like what he said to that fella, he was comfortable. But I saw somebody put in the chat, in a million years, he wouldn't have talked to Norm Hiskins like that. Spit would have been flying all over the mic. What you mean, Jerry? How you gonna Norm Hiskins would have been spitting all over that mic on Jerry over there. Hey, police, 911. Walker Wade, 44. Norm Hiskins on the ticket used to be shredding Jerry. It's another guy. What's his name? His name Phil or something? Is his name? What's his name, y'all? I'm going to look it up, and I'm going to find it. I think his last name was Henson or something like that. He used to give Jerry. Oh, my goodness, man. Seiton says federal charges could be brought against Jones for gambling scheme. Well, allegedly, federal charges. I don't have Tasha K's money. You got to put allegedly. Law, why not talk bad about the Joneses? You know that the problem you in Dallas. Yeah, look, you in Dallas, man. Dallas operate different, man. Dallas is a different type of animal. Dallas is a different kind of caliber of animal, and the population is growing crazier than the city can even withstand, right? So that's why it's spreading more and more. We're getting Universal Studios here. We are a city, whereas even the mayor of Dallas was like, let's build another football team here downtown Dallas, right? And for the people who really want Texas Stadium, Arlington Stadium to be crunk, pick that submarine up and put it in Dallas, downtown. Boy, look how the Mavericks, man, they be getting rowdy down there. But, it is what it is. Dale Hansen. Yeah, Dale. I said Phil. But Dale, you. Yeah. Dale Hansen.
Swallow them.
Oh, Dale. Ooh. Boy, y'all look up Dale, man, on how he used to grill those boys. Oh yeah. Dale Hansen. Yeah. Is he still alive, y'all? Let me see, Dale Hansen. He used to roast him, boy. He still should be alive around here. Dale Hansen. Oh yeah. He used to give him hell, man. Yeah, see, these people they interviews don't go long, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He might be soft on him now.
Anyway, and he has been talking too much this week about all the problem the NFL is still having off the field. Jones and his son Stephen were saying the other day that any player who takes a knee and doesn't toe the line during the national anthem won't be playing for the Dallas Cowboys anymore. It's incredible to me that a player can beat up a woman and play for the Dallas Cowboys. A player can use illegal drugs time and time again and still play. But you take a knee to protest the racial injustice in America, and now you've crossed a line that he will not allow. Jones loves and respects the national anthem so much that when it was being played before the start of practice Saturday, he left his cap on. And when he was told about the mistake he was making, he still left his cap on. He who makes the rules apparently doesn't have to follow them. I'm Dale Hansen.
Man, that damn Dale. You haven't heard from Dale ever since then. Shit. Let me quit talking, man. Yeah, I'm already a shadow banned over here. Hey, Dale, look, people who listen to the other station, they don't even know who Dale is. They're like, who's that dude speaking with that much fire and vigorous approach? Yeah, y'all ain't even used to it, ain't it? y'all not even used to it. Y'all used to this.
The Cowboys fans want answers today. What answer do you have for how this team is playing right now?
We're not playing very well.
Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed as an organization about how the team is playing?
Get your damn act together.
Oh, what? Dale Hansen would have been like, okay, these Hansons, stand for hands on you, son, dog. Come on, boy. It's a tussle.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
News have it, man. Dale haven't spoke since then. That was 2018, man. Oh my gosh, man! But it is what it is. And shout out to you, Saiton, for your support. He says federal charges could be brought against Jones's for fixed gambling schemes in the future. FYI, allegedly. Allegedly. Oh my goodness, man! I feel you, man. Saiton, you've been wanting to get the Joneses up out of here, man. But you know, look up antitrust law and pair that up with the NFL and let me know what you come up with, my guy Saiton. Look up the antitrust law, and let me know what you uncover there. Brought to you by Law Nation Sports. They got the antitrust deal situation there in which pretty much give them immunity on a lot of things. So and on top of that, you got to understand anything that you thought of is already been glass covered and sealed quadruply. But I get where you're coming from. But I want to give a shout out to my sponsors as well as one of my guys, Action Powell. He's in the chat. He's always giving me a hard time too. But you know, he's been following Prize Picks and he's about $500 richer right now. And he used this particular picks the other day. And you guys can do the same. All you have to do is download Prize Pick, use promo code LAW, and let me know. Let me know when y'all hit on your prizes, man, and I'll give y'all a shout out here. And hey man, send your boy about $2 or $3 over here, man. Send your boy some money, man. Appreciate you so much. But here's the thing. When we look at win less with more, I would tell y'all that the Dallas Cowboys, believe it or not, call me delusional, I still foresee this doggone team winning 10 or more games. I for sure. And I think somebody's in like, nah, come on, man. Lord. Here you go again with that optimism. Watch my guy Action. He finna talk about me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving the man a shout out. He finna talk about me.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I still foresee this team winning those amount of games. Even though we can go through all of these things. Let me see. Okay. David Moore said something here. He says, hate the issue to have the negative aspect of the everybody concerned, but I can say be very aware of the details. I'm very comfortable. All right, that's Jerry Jones. And speaking of Jerry Jones, and speaking of 1310, the ticket, they were able to get Jerry Jones, I believe, on the phone. They got Jaro Jones. Let's listen to him.
Owner and GM Jerry Jones talking to the media yesterday at the NFL League meetings in Orlando. He had some things to say that made headlines. So he joins us now on the ticket hotline from Orlando to talk about those things. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, man. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Did you like that uncomfortable interview I wasted your time with at the NFL Annual League meetings? I hope you did.
Well, yes, and that it gave us more to talk about, but no, and that I'm not sure we agree with a lot of the things you said.
Did you like that picture that the newspapers ran of me in that hotel lobby giving that interview? Me looking all Stephen Hawking-like the way I'm sitting on that couch there.
Making your notes in the NFL notepad. Yeah.
I did, George. I had my notepad there taking football notes. I was writing stuff in there like, do football good, do more money, here are some breasts, and then I'd draw two circles with dots in the middle of them.
Okay.
No, I had a to-do list there that I was working on. It said to-do, win Super Bowl.
Yep.
Number 2, kill litigants. Number 3, cut back on drinking.
Okay.
Number 4, start drinking again.
Oh, no.
That's what was on that notebook. And then I drew a picture of Dak with money coming out of his pockets watching the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl on TV.
Well, you're getting a lot of questions about the fact that you've lost 6 starters, but you haven't really replaced any of them. You haven't done anything in free agency.
Well, we're running into money issues there. It's very difficult to spend money on players when one player seems to be making about 40% of the money.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm talking about Dak. I'm expecting Dak to play a few more positions in quarterback this year.
Where are you going to put him?
I'm going to put him all over the place.
Yeah.
If I'm paying him that much money, he better play more than just one position because we can't hire guys because of him. Because of him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now,
that's the way it is, though, in the NFL.
Now, I do think that there are many quarterbacks that have not won a Super Bowl who will win a Super Bowl.
Who that is?
And I think Dak is one of them. He just ain't going to do it with us.
Okay, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
That's the part I said under my breath that the reporters didn't hear. But we're doing very important things at these NFL league meetings. We're changing kickoff rules.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing, that whole thing. Could you explain that for us?
Yeah, break it down for us, man.
But I won't. But I will now and before. Well, the way it works is that only the kicker and the return man, only they can move before the ball hits what I like to call and what others have been calling the action zone, the zone of action. And those players will then, as they move about the field, a way that they move.
He got the arms down.
We have when we are looking at how to betterment the game.
You're trying to make it safer.
We're making it safer.
Yeah.
And for the not only for the football players that we have,
right,
but also the
you got the arms in
players. So
okay,
we're calling it the strawberry short kick. Jerry Jr. named it.
Okay.
Right. We'll look for that as a rules change.
My kids will get a kick out of when they get to do things like that. So he named it, and
well, that's sweet.
My new half kid, she's causing me trouble. Veruca, she's wanting another Range Rover now, and
oh gosh,
she ran the other one without oil for about 2 years, burned up the engine.
Yeah, they'll do that.
He's your full kid, by the way, full kid.
That's unproven. That's unproven. But got Mike McCarthy out here with me.
Yeah, the coaches are out there.
He's out here with me. He's been working hard. He's trying to beat Andre the Giant's world record of a 16-second continuous fart.
That's the world record.
Good for him.
So that's what he's working on. He's been carbo loading, doing all that stuff. He's gotten pretty close a few times. I'll give him credit.
Has he?
In fact, one time Harbaugh hid under a desk yelling "earthquake."
Oh man, which one? They're both in the league now.
Yeah, well, that's right. We got double Harbaugh. And, Stephen and Jerry Jr. are here with me.
Oh, they are. What are they doing?
Well, it's my weekend with them while Gene and I are trying to work things out.
Oh gosh, don't say that.
Well, George, you have an extra kid, and see how your wife thinks about that.
Understandable there, yeah.
Yeah, you got me there.
But they're up here with me. They got the adjoining hotel room, and they're still asleep right now. I don't want to wake them up because they would just require so much of my attention.
Right.
I mean, they're real happy they got their own beds in there. And but I've had to get on to them multiple times. They've been stealing all the ice out of the machine. They bought 4 adult movies on the TV. Having to argue to get them charges taken off because Gene will blame me.
Right. She'll think it's you.
But yeah, I got them up here.
Kids do love hotels, don't they?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, did you see the all coaches picture yet?
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Looked pretty good. Of course, McCarthy looked like an idiot and confused. Kind of like our Green Bay game plan, wasn't it? Trying to keep it the same.
It's cool to see all the coaches together, though, in one photo.
Yeah.
It was. taking a Sharpie and circling the ones I wish I had instead of him. About 10 of them. I remember when Chan was here, he did the all coaches picture. He was in overalls and a straw hat, and he was carrying a sheep.
Wow.
Carrying a sheep?
Yeah, I was so embarrassed. That picture always looks like a bunch of men showing up to the 30-year high school reunion, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
A bunch of bald and heavy-set guys, kind of. But we have fun with it.
Well, we do.
Yeah,
We're going to go
fun.
next year. This thing sounds like fun.
Yeah, we are invited. Come on up.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe y'all can share a room with Stephen and Jerry Jr.
Oh, that'd be great.
They'd love it. They'd get bunk beds with you, and y'all could play the Legos and all kind of games.
Legos.
Good morning.
All right, see ya.
Oh, my
There goes
God.
Tara from Orlando.
That's what they have at the league meetings. Legos.
Legos instead of Legos, man. I needed that laugh. Come on, man. It's the off season. I know y'all needed that laugh. I don't know who does the impersonating over there, but he's damn near close. Him, I think there's another guy, Jeff Kavanaugh. He does a real good spot-on impersonation. Frank Calalindo, if you say that man's name, he does a great job of doing that too. Citing, but that could be the real Jerry. You just never know. Shit. That was wild, man. Y'all rewind that and watch it over and over, man. Having referees under the NFL jurisdiction with gambling is a conflict of interests and can lead to possible fixed games and schemes. A lawsuit can divorce the two entitles. There's already been people who tried to sue the NFL due to the outcome of the games, but by the NFL is listed as an entertainment business or what have you, and not an actual real sport. Believe it or not, they listed under entertainment. They avoid all of that, right? So I guess that they know that by the NFL, how it's structured, that there will always be some ambiguities that's in line with the officials. That's why, in my opinion, the officials are not full-time, so that they can not have to pay for, extenuancies of, other things that we can dive into. But the NFL, anything that you thought of, they didn't already thought about doing it to protect themselves, This is not like a situation whereas this is one individual that's a billionaire. These are 32 billionaires, right? That's working with other billion-dollar companies that got to uphold to certain things. So I get it. There was one person that tried to sue the NFL, and that didn't fly well with that particular person. So it is what it is. Too broke to pay attention. Law. Gordon Keith does the Jera impersonation on the ticket. Gordon Keith is the real one then. I like it. Him and Kavanaugh does a great job of doing it, man. I just need for somebody to impersonate now Stephen Jones. All right, so it's one of those things, man. I get what you're saying, Saiton, but it's going to be a hard uphill battle to absolutely try to sue those particular boys, and I'm talking about the NFL in general. Being a Cowboy fan is tough. Stick with it. Let's see what he say.
Is it like a different offseason in that you're not having much optimism about the Cowboys? I can't imagine Cowboys fans are very let's go rah-rah right now.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see how we draft, because we're in that lull in between free agency where not a whole lot was done and then the draft. So being a Cowboys fan is tough, but we stick together and maybe someday it'll be worth it.
Is it like a different?
He broke it down, y'all. It's going to be hard. It's going to be flat out hard at this point. Pretty much so. We went over majority of the things that's happening right now. There's more and more details of what's going on that I saw David Moore posted. And let me see who else got some news that's going on with the Cowboys. That's about it, man. Of course, they have the new rules that's out right now, Cowboy Nation, on the kickoff return That's going to be different. The hip drop tackle, we hearing a lot of football players on the defensive side saying that there's going to be a lot of missed tackles, like Darius Slay, on how he tackled, because that's how he tackles. Absolutely, he's a smaller defensive back guy that like to pull on the side and then pull and yank the opposition down. So now tackling is going to be a situation whereas running backs that's shifty, that's big, that can get in short area quickness good, they may start living good again, man. They may start eating again. So we need to get a shifty, burly, big running back out of this draft because of the drop hip tackle is banned now. So that's going to be something that we can take a look at, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. That's going to be something that we got to start being ahead. It's all about jumping in front of the trends. The NFL tends to change every 5 to maybe 7 years. And that could be something. Whereas running backs, in the words of Audric, Breland Allen, make America great again. Well, make running backs great again, baby. They're gonna be a hat that somebody can start selling right now, because now think about it. If that hip drop tackle didn't occur in I think it's the 2022 year when Pollard was really explosive with us, who knows what would have happened in that particular game. Yeah. And the way Aiden Hutchinson's, I believe, the Michigan defensive edge guy that went to the Detroit Lions, he tried to hip drop Dak twice in the game, So it could be crazy. Fans from Russia, appreciate you for jumping in. Fantasy fan, appreciate you with all of the cats. Yeah. You got a lot of people up like Goldberg and WCW. They passed a running back favorable rule in the year we ain't gonna have a good running back. This is from Giovanni. No, there's some good running backs out there though, G. There's some good running backs out there that's available. And speaking of that, the hotline for your mom, we'll open up the phone lines a little early, and let's see if we can get out of here at 1:30. So it's 12:37. I want to know your thoughts.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize you.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it.
We're going to have to draft one. At the end of the day, we're going to have to draft one, ladies and gentlemen.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. And
we're going to draft the running back.
10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
Don't forget to download Prize Picks. 100% of your first $100 will be matched. So you put 100 in, you'll have 200 of them. And then you can dive and dip into like what I just did with 200 and flip it to 1,000. Follow Prize Picks under Law Nation. Go to Prize Pick and download LAW as the promo code, and you yourself could be doing things just like this. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate everybody. Phone lines open once again. Happy birthday to Jay Lombardi Banks. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to us.
What's going on, man?
Man, nothing much, man. What you got?
Man, just Jones is at it again, man. This is Steven, man. It's just, I started listening to him talk yesterday. I just turned it off. When him and Jerry with the whole more with less, do more with less. I don't. And then Mike McCarthy, talking about everybody coming back, man. I'm just like, man, that ain't just some puppet stuff right there, man.
MK Ultra. That's how
Yeah, and that's why they got Mike. That's exactly why they got Mike as head coach, man. So, he ain't gonna push them to say I need this guy and that guy. Which I'm not like some, some of these fans out here just surprised all, but we haven't made, when the last time we made like any, went after the big names or made any big movement. This is what we do. We shop at Dollar Tree. So, this time we need shopping at Dollar Tree. You know what I mean?
Well, here's how I look at it. It's their philosophy though, right? And I was walking to my mailbox, and a guy was driving through, and he stopped his car. He said, "Oh, snap! I didn't know you stayed in this neighborhood. You Law Nation." I said, "Oh, okay. We finna have a conversation, right?" So we had a live podcast basically without anybody recording, and I was talking, and I said, "Well, how do you prepare your meal? Like, do you cook, Banks? Do you cook?"
Yeah, I cook.
Well, what you cook, like steaks, ribs? What's your favorite dish? Steak.
My favorite dish is actually steaks, ribs. I like to smoke food. I like to smoke ribs.
So how do you prep your steaks? How do you prep them?
Man, I take them, season them up, little Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, other seasonings I put up there. And,
I know you won't give away all of the tips. Yeah, but you put it in the
freezer.
freezer.
I ain't that
Yeah.
Butter, cooking in butter, yeah.
Butter. That's a what? That's a principle and a philosophy that you go by. You're not finna change it up and switch it up at any time, right?
Nope.
So we are not going to expect Stephen Jones or Jerry to switch it up at any given time, basically. And that's what I told Smooth when he was in his car, man. He was like, damn, Law, you were right. I'm not finna switch up how I prepare my meal. So the Jones is not finna switch that up on how they prepare this team going into the off season. And that's a philosophy, a principle,
Yeah. And it absolutely is. And I've called up here numerous times, and I said, set your expectations lower than what they are, in the off season, during the season, because they're not going to change. Everybody says, before Saquon, Derrick Henry, such and such and such and such. I'm like, they're not going to get them guys. You know what I mean? You're fooling yourself if you think, you're in love with the idea. It's a good idea. And if we do this good, and, it'll be very surprising, but, don't be set on that, because, that's not what they do.
That's not what they do, man. But
especially,
is it still gonna taste good though?
Yeah.
The food gonna still taste good, bro. That's all I'm saying. So we gonna get to the playoffs.
It might not be good for you either, but you gonna be nice and full, a little satisfied for temporary. Hey, look, when you get full and you eat that good meal, you satisfied temporarily, right?
Yep.
And then the next day you ready for some more. So what they're doing is they're satisfying us temporarily. They feed us good during the season. And come to playoffs, man, you get that. You go to that, you get that one bad meal at that restaurant, you don't want to go back no more. So, for a while anyway. So that's what they're doing, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, Law. All right, Law.
No doubt, man. That's my guy Banks, man. And the food gonna still taste good, y'all. Y'all not gonna spit this food out, is what I'm trying to say. And they got a master chef up in there, and he just know how to take scraps and make it, tastes good, man. And hey, man, give me them scraps over there, man. Let me show you what I'm doing. And give me them scraps over there. Oh, man, boy, what you did over there, Willie McClay? What you did, Willie? Hey, can't give you the recipe, man. Yeah, so that's just what it is. We cook with scraps, and that stuff still tastes good. Y'all all gonna go to the games. Y'all all gonna have a great time with this, man. It's crumbs, yeah. Whereas, boy, we looking over there, man, and you saying, man, God, Eagles eating good right now. God, dog. Look at the 49ers, man. Look what they got, man. Boy, them boys got a whole meal, man. We getting hamburger helpers over here, man. God, no, we getting ours out of a box, man. They got the real cornbread, man. We got Jiffy, man. Hey! I want some of that cornbread. Ain't that right? 100 grand.
You're right. You're right, man.
We got that top Roman, baby.
Right.
Inside joke.
Oh man! Everybody else going to the, to the restaurant. They going to the real, get the real along. Man. We get this from the stove.
We get them chopped up hot dogs, put in that chopped up the top Roman, boy. We give you some hot sauce, man, to put in that top Roman, baby. Yeah, man, some hot dogs, man. Hey, put mine on the skillet a little bit and then toss them in the top Roman.
Oh, man.
It's top Roman, baby. Or Romaine, however you want to call it.
That's crazy.
Hey, them jokers putting that top Roman on a fancy plate.
Put some parsley on there, try to dress it up and make it look.
Some parsley on there. Parmesan, just sprinkle it. Tell me when. How much cheese you want? They got the damn. They goddamn dude put a cheese. Tell me when. Like, dog, this is Roman, dog. It's when. Hey, instead of giving you the real wine, they give you that booze form. You keep drinking it. Keep drinking. Yeah, after that third bottle, that booze form will kick in. Now, come on with it. Some chives.
And make the bulls form with the sparkling water. So get a little
sparkling water. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. We love this team, boy. We love this team, man. Oh,
we know how it go, man, but they doing it to the extreme, man. They doing it to the extreme. I know why. I know why, and we know why. It's coming out bit by bit, and they can't keep a secret, but we know why they doing it.
They broke.
But, Lord, man, can you imagine the money when Shador and Dion get here? Because that's what they're setting it up for. We know this, and we know this.
Do you have that interview? Do you have that interview? Because somebody said that Prime did the whole
No, I don't have it. I don't have
somebody
it.
Send me that interview, man. Somebody send me that interview.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Yeah.
But, man, it's just, I believe I said it. And then I heard, what's my man off the Final Word? Dude that always be in this car. He got the bad Wi-Fi. I can't think of his name.
The OC.
Yeah. He said it. And then to hear Michael Irvin come out and say it.
God, man, where I been, man? Y'all send me these clips,
man. For me, man. What? Come on, man.
So many people, man. Every day, I got thousands of not thousands, but a lot of messages. Shador coming to Cowboys. Shador coming to the Cowboys, and I can see that, because they were staying right here in Cedar Hill. They went to Trinity school down the street and everything. The whole family, and Prime was coaching there, and this would be like coming back home for those boys.
For nostalgic purposes, him coming back,
If anything, there'll be the time.
He was at a couple of games. Fans sitting in the press box last year. They was yucking it up and all this. Come on, man. And then to have Dion say, we ain't trying to go to no cold city now. Like we letting y'all know. And everybody who keeps saying, and you said it too.
Yeah.
You said it too. And I had to give you some flack for that, Law, for saying it. Come on, man. If Manning could say that,
okay,
why can't he say that about his son?
His son? Do you think his
He's
son?
in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's royalty because he's in the NFL Hall of Fame, and he got the power just like the Mannings got the power because of Jerry Jones. Come on now.
Now you got me thinking.
Wait. He even got more power because he hooked up to Jerry.
let me play my conspiracy music right quick. Hold on. You got me thinking now. Oh, I can't even find it. So, Archie Manning was a dude that got railroaded in the NFL, right? Left and right, never won anything, but he was always the heart of Louisiana. My mom was a diehard Saints fan, so she loved Archie. Oh, she loves some Archie Manning. And then when she's got a chance to see Peyton and as well as Eli, because they went to Ole Miss and Eli went to Ole Miss and Peyton went to the Tennessee. But he could have went to a school that's in Mississippi too. But that's a whole nother story. He went to the Tennessee Volunteers or whatever. They said before coming out of the draft, these guys going to win the Super Bowl. These guys are going to win the Super Bowl. And lo and behold, Eli Manning won a Super Bowl. Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl. Eli won two. And they said there's no way that Eli can have more rings than Peyton Manning, right? So I want people to look up that year. They flexed the damn salary cap that year so that Peyton Manning could get that damn Super Bowl. Think about it. They had the money. They went and got everybody, man. Tupac, Biggie, Talib, you know what I'm saying? They had two shutdown corners. They had a world-class edge rusher, DeMarcus Ware. They brought everything. So, yeah, the NFL, to a degree, could be manipulated so that things can happen out the outcome the way it's supposed to be, because there's no way Eli Manning could have more rings than Peyton Manning. So both of them got two.
He wasn't supposed to go to the Giants.
He wasn't supposed to go to the Giants. He supposed to go to Chargers. Yes,
and they came out and said, he ain't going there. See, that's what I'm talking about. They came out like, no.
Yeah. He wanted to go get big visibility, Big Apple, playing in New York.
I'm not going there. I'm going to the Giants. I'm not going there.
But the Giants was trash, man, because they had the ability to have the second pick, right? The Cowboys, unless you try to tell me that we only gonna win 1 or 2 games.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying Dion put out there, we're not coming to no cold weather city. We're not doing it. So teams are going to be scared to pick them. I don't care where we at. I got a feeling he's going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
You're going to be one way or another.
I really got a feeling, because he already put it out there, and he ain't getting drafted this year. And he already put it out there. He ain't going to no cold weather city. So if the Cowboys have a bad year, that's even better.
They said that they didn't want. David says they didn't want the Mannings in the same conference.
I don't care. It don't matter. I don't care about none of that. I don't care if the father said they don't want them in the same conference. I don't care. They still made it happen, and that's my whole point. That's my whole point. Dion is doing the same thing. So if a cold weather city say, "Oh, we want to sign Shador," and Shador say he don't want to come there, ain't that making it happen the same way? I'm not going.
True. So let's name them. You got New Orleans, you got Atlanta, you got Tampa Bay, you got Miami. He's already in Colorado, so
they're not going there. I think it's going to be
the Texans already got their quarterback.
He's going to come out with something else. He's going to say something else and try to make it very clear, I want to go to Dallas. I'm telling you right now, and to have Dion be the coach. Do you realize the headlines and the money?
Oh yeah, there is money for the NFL.
They coached together in high school. They coached together in college. Now they both on the Dallas Cowboys. Dion, old team that he won a Super Bowl with. Can he bring the Super Bowl to Dallas the same way he did when he played? Come on, Lord.
The last time we won a Super Bowl, we did have Sanders on the damn team. Shit. Hey, man, I'm all down. I'm going to dive. When y'all send me these videos, I'm going to dive really into the conspiracy theory conversation aspect of it.
Because they're getting everything ready. They're going to have all this money. That's why they're not spending on nothing. And the reason why they're saying, and you saying, you know, oh, every team's going to have to let go of players. You know, we going to get somebody. We're not getting nobody. They just saying that to keep the hopes up. Then when that time come around, oh, we had opportunities. It just didn't fall through. We just couldn't find people for the right price. That's what Stephen Jones going to say when we don't get nobody when that time comes.
Man,
and it's going to be a slap in our face.
It do to a degree. You do have about 30%. I give you about 30% right now. I give you about 30%. And the reason why I say 30% is because, you know, all of our coaches on one-year deals. Every last one of them. So
yeah, every last one of them.
I got no room to argue against that point that you made right there. So until this season kick off, and if we win north of like 6 or 7 games, then you will fall down to like 10% right. And if we get 10 to 11 games, you be like 9, 8, 2%, 3% right.
But here's the deal. Everything the Joneses try to do blow up in their face. If Dak Prescott takes this football team to the playoffs, it blows up in their face. It blows up in their face. And don't let them win. Don't let them go to the – if he goes to the NFC Championship with this team, then do you understand, Law, what type of conundrum that's going to put the Joneses in? How you not going to sign him if he takes you to the NFC Championship with the team that you tried to sabotage? What an off-season that would be.
How you going to –
because how you not going to resign Mike McCarthy? How you not going to sign them? How you not going to give CD and Parsons that money? They went to the NFC Championship game, Law. How you not going to do that? Because if they don't do it, then the fan base is really going to revolt because they going to see y'all ain't trying to win nothing. That'll show them right then and there. You ain't trying to win nothing. Because you went to the NFC Championship game and broke the team up. And this team was trash. And you can't put it all on Dak. You can't put nothing on Dak because he the one who did it. He brought them to the NFC Championship game. We ain't even got to win it, Law, just to get to the NFC Championship game. Am I lying?
Man, it's depending
on
the
fan base will revolt then. And I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. Because that'll show the Joneses, it stop blaming it on Dak, stop blaming it on these players, blame it on the Joneses. Because that's where it needs to go.
Hey.
The Joneses. It ain't Dak's fault. When has Dak had the weapons these other quarterbacks has had? He hasn't had them. And I'm not talking about ingrown talent. I'm talking about talent where they went out and got somebody. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Jalen Hurts, they went and got that man a weapon. The Bills went and got Josh Allen a weapon. And these guys, y'all put ahead of Dak like they're great above Dak. No, they're not. They front offices went and got him somebody. These guys, their quarterbacks didn't turn ingrown talent into players. And if you talk about, oh, the Eagles got that, their number 2 was good too. That's because of the talent that they went and got. Take A.J. Brown off that team and see what he do. He going to be trash. You take A.J. Brown away and see what that boy will do. Nothing. He's going to do nothing. The only reason why he's good is because of A.J. Brown. Law, am I lying?
Hey, man, shoot. You can only roll coverage one way. Yeah, man. I like my guy, Smitty. Roll Tide. I know you know to.
Roll Tide, but he ain't Roll Tide no more.
He
So
ain't Roll Tide.
He's the enemy.
He's the enemy.
He the ops.
He enemy. The ops. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the Eagles on how they roll out with Kellen Moore, right? And if Kellen Moore couldn't get Zeke going, I know for sure he ain't gonna get Saquon going, right? I'm not trying to say that the Eagles gonna fall flat on their faces, but it'll be interesting to see. It'll be one of those things where I can't wait to see, basically.
I ain't even talking about the Eagles. I'm talking about if Dak Prescott takes this team to the even if he takes this team to the playoffs, Lord, the way this team come on, man. Even if you take them to the playoffs and you win one playoff game, that's a blow up in the Joneses' face. Because they did nothing to help this team. Nothing.
Man.
You made moves and we couldn't do nothing. You ain't make no moves at all. We basically the same team. I don't care if people say, well, this person ain't play a lot, that person ain't play right. It was for a reason.
Yeah, we all the same team until this draft come around. The only person new that we added is Kendricks, and we waiting to hear back from Gilmore. So
and those boys is rookies.
You are So
and
I
those
get
boys
what you,
is rookies.
I get what you said, bro. Hey man, I appreciate you $100,000 for calling in and venting, and and also giving us some insights to Shador Sanders coming here. If anything, I know for sure. Maybe that'll be the year we get new uniforms and everything. The Cowboys normally don't do new uniforms.
I don't know about that, Law. I don't know about that.
Well, Prime had the big stars. Remember, he had the big stars. That 95 uniform was go hard. That 95 uniform go hard. So maybe we bring that back too.
The Joneses is bent on tradition, man. They not changing nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? When they permit them black uniforms and all that. Where they at?
They
had the black helmet and all that. Where the uniforms at? Why you going to put something out there like that? And it's real because they sold merchandise for it. So you know they got them.
Yeah.
When they going?
I used to have a matte black helmet.
They ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, they ain't gonna tell it. They ain't gonna reveal it, man. Appreciate you, man. $100,000. Tell people where they can find or follow you, man. On all your platforms.
Hey, man, follow me at Graphic Zone HD on Instagram and Facebook. Graphic Zone HD for all your graphic needs. Holla at me, man.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. $100,000 does a unbelievable job with his graphics and everything. And you may see some of his works even within the confines of my channel here. Salute to him. Let's see what we got here. We got Dez Bryant angry about the Cowboys' decisions. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see what he says here. Let me see. We get the next caller. Get ready. Eric from the 206. Get ready. Give me 1 second here. Let me see what my little notification bing is going crazy. Let's see what we got here. Did they find Diddy's Puff Daddy? 23 minutes ago, Cowboys quarterback have a mutual understanding. Let's see what's got on. The Cowboys and the quarterback, Dak Prescott, have a mutual understanding of his contract situation. Sources say with no offers from Dallas despite him being on a contract year. Owner Jerry Jones said, "We are where we are, locked and loaded for this year. No indications of a deal coming soon," and this was considered breaking news. With over 650,000 people to view in, Outlaw, he puts in some fire here. All right. Jerry Jones offered a deal, and they got that zooming in. So, of course, you got your people hating on, Dak with that. I get all of that. All right, so we go here, we go back here. As well as with this news, it states that Dez Bryant said that's a damn lie. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, "I feel as good as any time going into the offseason as I could remember." And that's Jerry Jones saying, and old boy said that's a damn lie, and we got the nose going. So I get it, it is what it is. Let's let the 206 Eric in, and then we have the other 206 Ken, and then we got Ken and Noah. Eric from the 206, you're live on the Nation. Talk to us.
What's going on, bud?
Hey, man, all is well. Talk to me, man.
So, hey, who was that was pretending to be Jerry Jones this morning?
That was a guy by the name of Gordon Keith, or Keith Gordon, one of the two there. I forgot his name.
Oh.
Yeah, one of those guys' name.
He was good.
He was good, yeah.
Oh, man. For a long time, I was thinking, is that really the guy, or is this somebody pretending to be him?
Yeah, that's not really Jerry. That's a impersonator. He does that on the radio station there. But he do sound spot on with Jerry Jones, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Gordon Keith is his name. My bad. Not Keith Gordon, but Gordon Keith. Shout out to you too, bro.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then I think things are going to be okay. I really think that Dak is going to be just fine.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't foresee Dak Prescott falling off of a cliff. We still have CeeDee Lamb. We still have Jalen Tolbert. We still have the same set of offenses. We're missing, of course, Michael Gallup. Of course, we're missing Tyler Biadasz and Tyron Smith. But in actuality, Tyron Smith being 1 foot in, 1 foot out guy, right? So those are three pieces we missing on offense. And, of course, Tony Pollard. Even with Tony Pollard, I've been telling people we still would have had to have a situation of drafting a running back. So that doesn't move anything there. So I think that the offense would still be by itself the same. Or damn near better. It could be the offense could be better. I'm like Jerry now. The offense could be better.
Yep. If it's not, I think there's going to be a whole bunch of changes. Because McCarthy, I think, could be gone.
Yep.
Don't get better. Yep.
Yep. So what else you got, Eric? What you got?
Well, I mean, it's a good day. Not really sunny out over here yet, but it's gonna get better.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, Eric, man. Keep your streak going. I thank you, man, and you have a good day and a better tomorrow.
And I just got one thing to say. How about them Cowboys?
How about them? How about them? How about them? There's Eric from the 206. Yeah, so when we started talking about what Jerry Jones had to say about this team getting better, more with less, or less with, what is it? Win more with less. Yeah. And like I said, man, it's going to be hard-pressed to judge this team before the draft. People are going to have a renewing of their mindset with this Jones team or the Cowboys team after the draft and what we shape from there. But for what Dez Bryant said, he was in-house, so I know for sure he have every right to say that's a damn lie. I'm not finna fight my guy Dez Bryant. He's one in-house. He put on silver and blue and was out there on the field. So he would have a better temperature gauge than what we can see from what the Cowboys did this offseason. But neither here nor there. I got from the 206 MJ, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize. Picks you in the mix. Talk to me.
What up, Law?
Not much, man. Talk to me, man. What's good?
Oh, man, I'm liking everything. Hey, yeah, you ain't gonna miss Biadasz. That's an upgrade. 100 plus. You're not gonna miss Gallup. Upgrade. Very. And then Tyrone, 50-50. But you can put either one, a new rookie, or Seam, or Tyler. The run game gonna be better. they're gonna get an explosive halfback out of the draft, so I'm not worried about that. Like
Double
you
dip.
said,
They
Dak
need a
Prescott-
double dip in that draft. You get to get
Oh,
two of them.
they're
Two of them.
gonna
Yeah.
draft two halfbacks. So you already know that. It's gonna be the Texas halfback and probably a halfback that we probably got on that we got, wrote down, and that's gonna be dangerous.
Okay.
So I'm not worried about the offense because Dak Prescott is gonna do good. It's just the playoffs. The playoffs. That's what we got to worry. We got to worry about that. But I'm gonna tell you something, and everybody better listen. Lord, this is very dangerous. If these guys make it to the playoff and win it without doing all the free agents in the NFL, you're in trouble. Because all the owners is going to start doing what Jerry Jones is doing. Why is I'm playing Law Nation $20 million and they play and the Cowboys play MJ $2 million and he's playing better than the $20 million guy? I'm gonna start doing like Jerry. So all you free agents that got all this money, you better hope the Cowboys crash. Because if they do, Jerry Jones just did what all the owners said. Thank you.
I give it what you're saying, MJ. And the only thing is, the teams that are making moves and willing and dealing, you got to wait until damn near January and February to see whether or not this issue will be that. What's going to happen? Everybody gonna forget by that time, because everybody forgot in the last 20-something years.
Yeah,
everybody already forgot that. So teams that really shake and move done made some type of movement during this time frame of free agency. And that's the only thing, though. So you're fighting against the odds, and the odds states that the guys that you have now won't be that much of a difference maker when you get to the postseason. That's the only thing. And I agree with what you're saying, that we probably won't. I agree with what you're saying. We probably won't miss Tyler Biotish. We won't miss Gallup. We won't miss who else? Hankins. We probably won't miss Gilmore, or we probably won't miss Tyron Smith. And you can't miss what you never had. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so we can't miss the guys that we never had here too. So that's a double conundrum.
They're gonna replace some guys. It's gonna come down to coaching. Cause I'm like Darius. I'm still agreeing with a little on Darius. Darius pissed off at McCarthy, even though McCarthy's 12-5. When he get in the playoff, for some reason, he go back to the Kellen Moore offense instead of like he said, why he's not running. Making the receivers run all, in the backfield to confuse the defense. He started calling Kellen Moore plays. That's what Darius is pissed off at at McCarthy. So that's when McCarthy hired that guy, like me and you said, from Boston College to help him better with his run scheme. Now, he got them young boys, some dogs, them boys, 325. The smallest lineman now is our OG, number 70. Everybody else is 325. And whatever we draft in the draft, they're going to be about 320, 330. So them young boys up front is young, strong, they hungry. So McCarthy ain't going to have no excuse because he's going to have an explosive halfback. That boy from Texas is explosive. That boy from Florida State is explosive. Memphis. You see where I'm going here? Them boys explosive. So he ain't going to have no excuse.
Well, we'll find out, man. But these are all speculations. I can't wait till all of the speculation season is over with.
To the draft
yeah.
That's when it's gonna see who we got. And man, tell the can I say something?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My accent guys. I'm from East St. Louis. And can you tell them dummies? I'm looking on the board. They say MJ talk like he's drunk. I don't drink, dummies. I mean the truth.
You got the accent. All right, so how you get the 206 number, man? Because my guy was from Seattle.
I went to college. I went to University of Washington in Seattle.
Washington, okay.
Players Cap Alpha Psi fraternity. If you dummies know who that are.
What chapter that is? What chapter that is? What chapter that is? So everybody know.
That's Gamma Eta chapter, University of Washington. Spring '85.
Spring '85. Yeah.
So all you dummies on here talking about I drink, no. And plus I'm in the truth. We be on the street preaching, the Israelites.
Yeah.
If you know what that is, I ain't gonna say no more because I don't want you to get flagged because they be jealous of who we are. So, but man, I'm just feeling good, Then the Joneses, they make mistakes, Like I say, Amari Cooper, that was my boy. They should have never got rid of him. They should have kept him and Benny got rid of Kellen Moore. We still would have had Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, the Joneses make mistakes too. But like I say, I don't make excuses. If I go to fight with one of you guys, or we on the field together or playing basketball, we gonna fight to the end and try to win. I'm not gonna say, oh man, we need Shaquille O'Neal. No, I'm gonna play with. You know what I'm saying? Well, so we gotta stop coming over here crying and
in closing.
Let's wait to see who we get.
No doubt.
And then we can make an assessment of where we gonna go.
No
How
doubt,
about
man.
them Cowboys? Good show, Law, and let's go.
Let's go, man. Appreciate MJ Marv, Kappa Alpha Psi, from Washington, and appreciate him. It's spring of '85, so look him up. It wasn't fall, it was spring, so spring of '85, MJ. All right, so we got
The conference has been locked.
We got the 3, 2, 3. Ken, you live.
What's going on with the Law Nation?
Hey, man, all is well, man. Talk to us, man, over here. Talk to us, man.
Hey, man, you know what? I love my fellow Cowboy fans. I'm getting a kick out of this whole conversation today, man. It's beautiful, man.
It's before the draft, man. We got, 3 to 4 more weeks, man, and then the whole temperature would change, man. Yeah. Good or bad, because, hey, all of the people we've been naming and mentioning, sometimes the Cowboys don't go and get those guys.
You know what, man? We ever since Dion and Charles Haley, we haven't. So I done got used to it by now. You know what I'm saying? My Jerry Jones is like my Ferrari I got in my garage. You know what I'm saying? It looks great. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have all the parts to get it to pull it out of there yet. You know what I'm saying?
But it's in there looking good, man. But I was high when we got Ishmael, right? I was like, yeah. Then we got Joey Galloway. I mean, man, the dude snapped up both legs and knees, man. I'm just like, how he do that? And then we get rid of him. He go to Tampa Bay. I'm just like, all of a sudden his legs healed. That joker running everywhere, man. And then we got Roy Williams. To me, he always runs stiff as an ironing board. He never stretch out his arms or hands or anything. But we were still like, oh, okay, all right. But it just nothing manifested, man, in a good way for us,
I can't really speak for all Cowboy fans, but I'm going to speak for myself, man.
Talk to him, Ken. Talk to him.
Man, it's like I've been watching this. I'm one of those fans that was truly, truly, truly frustrated after the Green Bay game. Excuse me. I get it. Trust me. I was one of those fans. Screw the Cowboys. I'm done with them. That was me too. But at the same time, more and more, it's not the fact that, like the previous caller, which has happened to be my frat buddy from another school. I'm also a Kappa.
Yeah, man, y'all rolling deep. Go ahead.
But the Joneses to us as Cowboy fans, I don't know. I think the frustration comes out when we knock on the door like we did last year. You just feel like you just need that one.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't do it.
Man, me and you on the same page. We're not asking for the Cowboys to go out there and go get 4 or 5 guys. What we're trying to tell them is that I need for somebody else to be a difference maker. I can't put everything on Dak Prescott. I just can't. He can't. I like Dak Prescott. I get people now when I say that, they mad at me for saying that. I'm like, man, what are you trying to say? You turn on Dak. I'm like, no. I know for sure Dakota Prescott can't do it all by himself. We need a difference maker, somebody else to make an impact on offense, somebody else to make an impact on defense. In the last 3 seasons, when we made it to the postseason, who was it?
Nobody.
Name me one person. Outside of Ferguson, he was trying to get going, but there's nobody else. Even on defense, the name and the claim of it is that in 2022, our defense held the 49ers to 19 points. Well, the play that really broke our back was a doggone play that we had Neville Gallimore covering Kittles on an illegal play, by the way. That was the only time. I'm like, come on, we drafted a generational guy. We played 4 playoff games, bro, and he only got 1 sack in 4 playoff games. I ain't going to mention his name, but he's supposed to be a generational guy. I'm not saying that he's supposed to be the guy, but what I'm saying is let's go find more and more guys that can be a difference maker.
But he is supposed to be one of our defensive makers, Lord. And it was killing me about our fans as well, Lord, the fact that I was hearing before the last season that everybody wanted Dan Quinn as the head coach. Now we're hearing he sabotaged the season. I'm trying to figure out. No, Jerry Jones sabotaged the season at the beginning when we realized way back when we didn't have a linebacker or a defensive tackle to help stop the run.
Yeah, we couldn't stop. We should have known. I get it. Week 3, that's when we should have been like, damn. We been exposed, dog. There should have been furniture moving then. Week 3, when they put 255 yards on us on the ground, and the quarterback been a journeyman who couldn't even hit water if he fell off a boat. Been playing for multitudes of teams, right? I mean, he don't have eyebrows, for crying out loud. So I'm sitting here thinking that the Cowboys should have been saying to themselves, all right, we got drugged. Let's go ahead and get a linebacker then. Let's go ahead and solidify the run game and the run approach then. They should have been looking at week 3 in scaling and growing. And if that wasn't the thing that really changed their mind, at least after the 49ers game, we should have been moving some furniture around, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. Yeah. Yes, sir, bro. Hey, Law Nation, this is what we going to do for you, man. We're going to make sure you hit Oxnard, man. You keep the content coming for us, man. Hopefully I'll see you. I go there every year as well.
Okay.
I'm not like you, but I'll be there. But hopefully you keep it going. We're going to make sure you get there, my brother. Thank you
Appreciate
for the call.
You, bro. Thank you, Ken. Shout out to you. That was my guy, man, from the 323. Ken, but you guys get with what we're saying, though. We lost to a mannequin. And shout out to him. I forgot his name, tip of my tongue. The quarterback that we lost to. But we need difference. And I'm not beating on the table saying that CeeDee Lamb is not a difference maker. I'm not saying that at that time Tony Pollard not a difference maker. But how come we went into that game and all of our guys just decided to have a bad game? Every last one of them? Hey, Dobbs is his name. Appreciate y'all. All right, we got Noah from the 469. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks in the Mix. Talk to me, man.
Yo, what's up with it? How you doing, Law Nation?
Hey, doing good, man. Doing great.
That's what's up, man. Honestly, it's our defense at the end of the day. I don't care how bad your offense playing. If you got a good to great defense, it can kind of mash and cover up the offense efficiencies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we done gave up so many. We done not released, but so many people from our defense so far in the offseason done left. If you think about it, it's not much on the offense that really need to get replaced besides a running back, because we already had receivers that was coming up behind Gallup that can easily step in and take his place. So I'm more worried about what we're gonna do with the defense, even though I know a lot of the Cowboys fans and some of those outlet people, they want us to draft a receiver, but
right.
I think we should go defense, running back. That's my opinion in the draft.
Defense, running back. Defense in what side of it? Like edge rusher, Cooper DeJean on the DB side, or you can go linebacker with a Peyton, Wilson, or you thinking interior like Byron Murphy?
If I'm thinking like the Joneses, being realistic, I would say cornerback, just because we know that can offer jersey sales and stuff like that. First round pick, that's a safe pick. A corner, but like if we talking about a DN or a D tackle, we know that's a year or two away, and I don't think the fans will be patient with that. Or I guess a linebacker, maybe he can come in and take half of the rep split with Damone Clark, while Kendricks, coach them boys up.
Yeah.
And then he go running back or go defense running back. But I feel like that's the best thing for us for the team.
You know what?
Not receiver first.
Not receiver
We got
first.
receivers. We still got Bryant.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he got in the tank.
You know what? I was thinking. We can literally be a chance to be elite in one category and then build from there. It just hit me up when you said DB. Now, I don't know what you guys may think of, but Cooper DeJean, right? Let's say, and hear me out.
Okay.
That would put our DB room elite for at least, DB. And I'm not saying that he's going to be elite coming out of college or what have you, but it could be he's by far one of your better athletic and best DBs out of this class. If he falls to the 24th spot, right, you can literally have an elite room. My guy, Trayvon Diggs.
Got around him.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs.
Got around him for the comfort.
Yeah, and then you won't have to touch that room. That room is solidified for the next 4 or 5 years, right? And then you can
Bell back at safety
and put Bell back on top of the roof, right? Don't put him down at linebacker, or Bell can play that role that Kurtz was playing, right? Come on, that hybrid role. He got the size and everything for that. And you still have, 2 more years, a year and a half for Hooker, and Wanye can be learning to feel in that world, and my guy Donovan Hitman can still be in that world, right? And then you can start working on all of the other stuff with this team in the later picks. But then you can have one room that you have to worry about, and that's DB.
And that's DB because I really do feel like that, like, offensively, we don't have that many holes, and it's like they steady creating more holes. On the defense, when that was the issue in the playoffs, we already had holes. Hankins wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? So we already had holes, and we let them guys go, plus more capital on their defensive side. So that's, I don't know, I guess we're going to be a strong one of them Romo years where we had offensively top 5, but our defense, dang man, like the Lord had for the lead if they don't get this right.
Yeah. So hear me out. You go DeJean, and then you go Sweat, and then you go 3rd round. You go run. Oh, you go Breland Allen.
I don't know why I like that back. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Let me answer this. Am I weird? Is it because we lost out on the Derrick Henry pick? That's why I want this guy.
This big boy. And because you already got a light side. You got Rico, who's a lighter back that's going to be able to bounce off of that. And you got your Deuce Vaughn. And then you got Hunter Lupke, right? So I wouldn't be mad. Look, we thinking out on everything. Like, even if you trade back a little bit, let's say you got tags touching. You get the 24th spot. Somebody is willing to move up to that 24th spot, and you say, well, throw me your second, or let's swap your second round draft pick, or let's, God damn it, let's get another third round pick for that spot.
A third round pick.
Yeah. So now you're going, okay, the next person that's falling on my board is Cooper. Boom, I draft Cooper, and then when you get into the second round or what have you, you can literally go with your big boy there, Boom, and then you can go with it, and in your third round draft pick, then you can start filling in some. Man, look,
because I don't remember all the way, but with the Zimmer defense, was he heavy on the big D tackle in the middle of the nose guard?
Yeah, he had double guys, man. He had double, like, instead of like having like these three techs. Yeah, he had 2 1-tech guys. Their plays get upfield. They're like they gonna shoot and get upfield. Think of Marcus Spears back in the days in that combo that we had. Like these guys that can put it like this. You look at Osa, he's a 3-tech, right?
Right.
Jeffrey Simmons, he's a what? A 3-tech.
A 3-tech.
Two different styles and caliber of types of 3-techs. So your type of guy would be a Byron Murphy plus a Osa, that guy that got good hand placement, low body, built thickly enough to get upfield and these sorts of things. So, and he had the double Williams boys back in the day. So he's not going to fall in love with your smaller size guys. But he's not going to throw Osa out the building, of course. This is a contract year for Osa, so he's going to get the max usage of Osa. I wouldn't be surprised to a degree that you see Law kicked inside, and then they still bring in another guy, on the edge. I wouldn't be surprised for that.
You think they'll put him on the inside and bring Sam Williams down?
Yeah. I can literally see a package where it's Parsons, Osa, Law, and Sam, just streaming and getting that at folks or what have you, and you have Kendricks, Overshawn.
He is our best run stopper we have now, so
yeah,
it kind of makes sense. He know how to sniff out where that ball going, whether it's on the inside or the outside. So I see why that can make a lot of sense right there.
Yeah, and Osa can play 5-tech as well as my guy T-Jack in the house. Yeah, I mean, it's his primary goal is to stop the run. Our primary goal was last season to force teams to pass. Our defense was our offense.
Yeah.
Our defense was our offense. So it's no strange capability that when Dak Prescott went 3 and out, that put the defense behind the 8 ball. There's no way that I can say that Dak in the offense didn't play a part of the defensive demise. But that philosophy is not a proven philosophy. Most teams would like to set the tone by establishing the run and also set the tone by stopping the run. We didn't do none of those things.
Neither.
Yeah.
Yep. And just those 2 things alone is that's what costs us. I mean, hey, educational for the NFL.
Yeah.
If y'all want to know how to win and lose, all you got to do is watch the Cowboys.
It's how you win and
lose. They can teach you some stuff, man.
But think about this, though. Think about this. What make, like, Purdy is a real good quarterback, right, in the National Football League, or which is considered a real good quarterback. But why? But why?
Because they made it comfortable for him to be able to get through his reads.
Right.
And that defense.
They are not a one-dimensional team.
If you're talking about offensively, of course, because
they throw defense away.
The weapons, they run the routes, and they already know Shanahan's system. So it's all you got to do is 1, 2, 3.
They give you, like, you took many tests before, growing up, and you will always want the multiple choice test, right? Because you would say to yourself, I got options. The answer is literally there. I don't want the test where I just got to come up with the answer by itself. I need the multiple choice, and that's what he was presented. Either I can get you with run game with CMC, or if that's shut down, team's doing a great job with that, I can get you with Debo. If Debo and the run game is kind of stalling, I got for sure an open pocket with Brandon Ayuk. And if all of that stuff goes to a fold, then give me Kittles. You see, and give me juice check. You know, you can't cover all of those boys. So when you start taking those pieces away, like a Trent Williams, a Debo, then you saw the real Brock Purdy. But people don't see that because people are not in tune with the NFL and how things work, and they say that the only reason why this is going is because of Purdy, not because of all of the other pieces.
You know what I just thought about, Law? You just saying what you just said. When they took away Debo for a game or two, when Trent Williams was out for that one game, and then also when CMC didn't play, it showed how incapable Brock Purdy were in those moments. But then for some reason, when it comes to Dak, he don't never get that same gratitude or longitude when it comes to Zeke hurt, Pollard hurt. He only got one weapon, which is CD. You know, Cooks didn't play, and we still managed to win. You know, so Dak is a pretty special guy when you start breaking it down from different standpoints. You know what I'm saying?
From that standpoint, like you can't sit back and name me a game that I can say in 2021. You can say, 20 did took over a few games, right? I think it was like the Saints game, or he took a kickoff return and did some things. But you can't name me in the last 5 years that other offensive player just took over. Name me one. Name me one game that you can sit back and say that offensive player took over the game. Name me one. But you can name.
I'll be lying because I just be throwing.
No, I'm talking about to the chat. Then you know we can open it up to the chat. Like, name me the game that someone else took over. Pollard versus the Vikings. Yeah. But then you know that was 40-3.
Right.
Yeah. So and Dak threw a hell of a ball on that wheel route. Ooh, yeah. And we were thinking that they were going to get more of that, but it's not many games.
No, it's not.
It's not many games.
CD is special, man. CD.
But you're gonna need need the quarterback to the receiver on that one, and even with that, you know, you can literally see that is Dak to CD. It's not like you remember in 2021, we was in that playoff game. And how they put Debo literally, that what really broke our back when we got to when they got to the 20-yard line. It was after that INT, I believe, or fumble, whatever it was, and Debo took that over. Yeah. Name me one time, like you can probably say that we were not schemed that way, but it's not many games. Not many games, but we can talk about multitudes of what CMC was able to do. We can talk about multitudes of what other players are able to do in those type of moments. And it's just what it is. What they tend to do is they put everything on forward. And I'm not trying to be an advocate of him staying, because that's the problem overall, because the Jones family don't know how to add to. They don't.
They do. Hey, they don't. It's always after the fact.
After the fact. I mean, boy, like after 2021, that wouldn't have been the time that you blow up that. That would have been the time that you look at that and say, let's run that back with a Cooper. Let's run that back with a Lamb. And then you add a Cavante Turp to that mix too. That would have been crazy.
They know where this headed. The last time we traded Cooper, they seen how this offense was looking, so they know. Well, we had at least then we had Zeke.
Yeah,
we had something to fall, a little cushion to fall back on for Dak. But this time around, they got to get this right. Hopefully, they know for a fact they're gonna get one of those running backs that we speaking highly about.
Yeah.
Because lately, the last 3 years since I've been, not just watching your content, but in the background doing the draft, the mock draft and stuff, with you guys and my son, Like, we be hitting on some good stuff for the team. And
Yeah.
it seems like they never go with the obvious choice.
They never go,
makes
man.
sense to help this organization go forward.
Yeah, yeah. And the
They never
only
do.
time, you know, and of course we get, I know you probably watched the draft show. And when they did,
for sure.
when they did, when my guy, everybody was looking at it like, Tyler Smith.
Yeah, I was on for about 6-7 hours.
Yeah. Everybody was
I
like,
was on
Tyler Smith. And there was one person who kept his composure. And it was the OC.
Yeah.
And he broke Tyler Smith down like a fraction. And everybody was like, and then everybody like, oh, he is the real one, you know. So although the Jones family don't really, or the Joneses in the draft don't really go after the players that we foresee that can be that difference maker or do these type of things, they do hit on some of their draft picks that we never even thought of, you know. But man, I appreciate.
Hey, can I say this one last thing, Law? I've been watching you, Boss, or whatever, and Landlord. The one thing I wanted to say is just like, please, I don't want like the chat, not you guys, but I don't want them to get caught up on the first round. Because when you look at the first round, it's only 30 picks. Meaning it's only 30 players that can get picked. And there's no way you can tell me, coming out of college, it's only 30 good players. So those second, third, and fourth, and fifth rounds, when they do good, I don't really be that excited or surprised, because I'm expecting for them to do good anyway, because it's not just 30 players coming out of college that's good. But that's what they sell. That's what the media sell us on, the fans, that the first round is the supreme players, and then the rest of the rounds, the players are okay, not knowing that the second and third, fourth round, even the fifth rounds, are where some of your best players come from and more successful Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
Look at the numbers over the years.
I think there's a crazy number. Like the Hall of Fame room is filled with more than third and fourth round people than any other round.
Yeah,
I believe.
is.
I think it's something like
Than
that.
any other round. So that's where Will McClay makes his money at, them that third, fourth, fifth rounds.
Right.
The Ron Bland.
Bland.
Come on now.
I mean,
hey, look, my last time, I gotta say this: Dion will be here, Shador will be here.
Oh, you on that too? You on that too?
Yeah, I am. Noel is on that with $100,000 because guess who was in Colorado around this time last year talking with Dion?
Zim.
So it just makes sense. Them on the 1 year, they can bring him right on back. Cause guess who coming in, Jack? Dion Sanders. And there you go. That's the mentor right there. That's his mentor right there, man.
Yeah, and then let him. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. You, man, this conspiracy. I love it, man. Did you have those clips of Michael Irvin and all those boys talking?
See, but the only reason why I had thought about that, like, I'm like, damn, that's right. Our defensive coordinator 1 year. Offensive coordinator / head coach 1 year. Our quarterback 1 year. We don't have no solidified running back. CeeDee Lamb don't have his contract yet. Parsons ain't got his yet. So it's like they keeping everything open for somebody big to come in. And I think that's what Jerry mean about we all live.
You might be right. And then it necessarily don't have to be that it's all movement at the same time. Like, it could be a situation whereas Zim can be promoted as the head coach or what have you. Mike McCarthy leaves and they still go get Shador and then eventually bring Prime over. So I'm looking at it like this because I'm only going to listen halfway to what Prime is saying because, you know, he had my JSU up there and he was talking about he going to be there. He ain't going to move and everything. And then Colorado gave him a call. Yeah. Colorado called him and he looked at that money. Prime was like, he opened it. He looked at it, he said, okay, all right. It ain't about the money. And then it was all about the money.
Hey, one more thing, Long.
Go ahead.
Is our team, do we have mostly old guys or young guys on our team right now?
Well, we still one of the youngest team in the National Football League. I think we were. That's about 2 years ago though, but we still got a lot of young guys.
And Law is on the end of Lawrence, towards the tail end of his career. So I ain't saying get rid of him, but
I mean, this has got to be his last
totally
year.
Be young.
Yeah, it got to be his last year.
Right, that's Dion all day. He said he can't coach them older guys, but he like to coach the young guys. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. It seems like everything is lining up for that guy.
I mean,
but this, of course, we'll know this season to tell it by our record and how things unfold. It is kind of early, but I just wanted to go out not on a limb, but I wanted to put it in the universe now before things get to rolling, so we could say, hey. On the Law Nation, we was already on it.
Y'all already, hey, 9 times out of 10, man, if that happened, then that will be. But I know for sure. Here's what I know for sure. Prime don't like his kids. He love his kids.
He love his
kids. And wherever Shador goes, y'all can paint the picture however you want. That's his son, you know. He would do. A man would try to conquer the world for their son. And I think that he would tell you, I'm ranking my kids and I rank Shador above, you know what I'm saying, the other kids. So he really loved Shador, and he would do just about anything and everything for him, even when he was with Prime U, Pee Wee, middle school, high school. He followed him wherever he goes. So wherever he goes, there will be a Prime, So that's just how it goes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you for calling in.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir, anytime.
That's my guy, Noah. Yeah, I mean, Prime love his sons, man, and he ain't finna leave his son. And the whole thing with the money, I knew for sure when Prime breaking news, I got Sway. Where's Sway? Let me see what Swayze said. He says, breaking news, the Dallas Cowboys plan on not offering Dak Prescott extension. We getting Shadora and Dion. I told you Dak was the black Alex Smith. Oh, my gosh. Appreciate you, Swayze, man. But when you love something, all rationale is out. All what people said that what you will do is out. I knew for sure when Dion was talking and he wasn't getting the accolades of what his son was able to do at Jackson State, Jackson State, I love. My Jackson State, oh dear. Jackson Fair, oh my goodness. When he said that my son is just as good as Bryce Young, the guy that went to Carolinas. My son is better than X, Y, and Z. And I can tell by the countenance on his face that he wasn't lying about how he feels about his son. And a father's love for his son or daughter will go to the edge of the earth. The edge of the earth. His legacy. When Prime said that, hey, his father wasn't there in his life to go to football events, etc., and he would do anything and everything to be in his kid's life, shoot, he meant every word of that. He meant every word of that. So by his son going to Colorado, that's for everything to be set up for this particular draft. I'm quite sure JSU would have won SWAC again, and they would have won multitudes of games and got all type of accolades for the city of Jackson and the state of Mississippi. He was doing some generational changing of the world stuff over there in Mississippi. Whereas they were playing that politician game, whereas Hinds County didn't have water. Because I went down there, man. They'll play that politician game, South Jackson versus North Jackson, who's in Hinds County, who's in other counties. and high counters get the less of the food from others or less of the resources. And he was like, man, this is about the kids, dog. And hey, whoever stole my darn boombox, come on, man. Prime was trying to change stuff differently on the mindset of the people out there in those locations. But some people have a reprobated mind, whereas they already stuck on how they used to move and things like that. But that's a whole nother thing from a politician aspect of that particular location. Because one thing I can tell you, those who all skin folks ain't kin folks out there, and that was exactly what's going on in the city of Jackson. In the city of Jackson, because 9 times out of 10, they got heavy, strong gatekeepers out there. For example, when we had, I ain't gonna say the name of the certain mayor that was there when I was there, they had the proposal of the Nissan plant to be in the city of Jackson, the capital. Jackson, Mississippi is the capital. And the mayor was like, nah, the people that bring in me this information, I don't trust them, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, that's money. That's money. And they end up building that particular Nissan plant in Canton, Mississippi. Let me know what county that Canton, Mississippi is in. You know what I'm saying? It sure ain't Hines County. They rejected the money. They could have had the plant right there to bring more and more resources, more and more capitals and funds to Jackson State, but they rejected that. On top of that, there was an investor that flew in to Jackson, Mississippi to speak to the mayor and said, I got a great idea. We got this MLB development lead that we are fit to introduce. It will be under the umbrella of the Atlanta Braves. And we would like to present it since you guys are in the capital of Jackson, Mississippi. We'd like to give you guys a first swing at it. And these are the immunizations and the resources that it will bring to the state of Mississippi and Jackson. But by that guy giving them the proposal, he shoved his nose up in the air. And it's a long story, but I'm telling y'all what the econ game is all about. He shoved his nose in the air and said, no. We good. In Jackson, Mississippi, the dude on his way out drove through Pearl, and he said, let me just at least do the same proposal that we proposed to Jackson, Mississippi, to Pearl, Mississippi. And they were saying, the Atlanta Braves, this is where y'all want to have y'all dealing? Yes, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. And next thing you know, Mississippi Braves is now in Pearl, Mississippi because of a firm handshake. It's all about the money, but we had that opportunity in Jackson, but they refused it. Yeah, they refused it. Yeah, they refused to take the money. People that can help the city of Jackson and help the university. Not saying that Jackson State had any hands in that, but man, Dion was dealing with all of those people who would steal his money and help him look for it and say, hey, man, did you find your wallet? Yeah, I got your wallet here, but all the money gone. Like, hey, wait a minute. I'm just trying to play football and help this team elevate. Hey, man, I'm taking half of my salary and I'm paying the staff, and y'all are taking the money. So when Colorado caught wind of all this, and they said, you know what? We'll believe in you. We'll all work together. We'll cut you that check. And on top of that, we'll give the max ability in the amount of exposure for your sons and for your kids. Kids. All of your kids going over there to Colorado. Free. Free 99. Unbelievable resources. And when they did that panning around of that stadium and all of the things, they got all types of stuff, I said, God dog, Colorado stadium and facilities are 3 times better than even the Cowboys facility. Go up there and do the reviews of Dion Jr. Page. I forget, this is Junior Page. Go look at his page. Shoot, he got all of the Colorado indoor facility and workout facility. It's better than doggone NFL teams. Heck yeah, he signed up for that and said, hey man, he got some slack. but his son got nationally known. And the transfer portal opened up, and some people were angry and upset. Yeah. Seiton says Jackson, Mississippi has a lot of potential. Yes, a lot. But Law, JSU was stealing revenue from the football program. People who've been used to being in struggles, and I'm not beating up my university. Shout out to them. I still send them all of my dues and everything. But people who haven't had don't know how to respect what's going to happen. And people, like I say, for those who profit from the blind, would never inspire them to see. You got a lot of that stuff going on, and you got a lot of people who shanking people with the butter knife. That's just how that goes. In all walks of life, sometimes people will lean too much on the system. Sometimes people, let me repeat this, sometimes people will lean too much on the system. People lean too much on Section 8. People lean too much on welfare and food stamps. When you're supposed to only get there to get out of there, not get there to stay there. I like the way the state of California put caps on it. You can only be there for 2 or 3 years, and then hey, after that you can't continue to use the system anymore. And I'm not saying that people who stuck in the system are idiots or don't know better. But you're supposed to use the system to get out of it, not to stay in there. So what people tend to do is they begin to manipulate the system. They will even have kids. Instead of trying to get out of it, they will keep having more and more kids, and also labeling that particular child not eligible to be smart or intelligent so that they can still get money from the system. And it's the rat race of how many I can keep having so I can continue to be on the system. Then that child who's already brilliant and intelligent, but by them leaning on the system so much and depending on that money they're getting in, there were people who will cut your nose hole off your face and cut your neck off just so that they can manipulate the system for about $2,000 to $3,000 a year. That's crazy. Yeah, they would rather get money from the system than to look at this and say, hey, I'm going to rebound from this. I'm going to get a further education, or I'm going to start up my own business, and I'm going to get out of this. I'm not going to be sacrificing to get $20,000 to maybe $24,000 a year to not make 50 or to not make 60 or to not make 6 figures. But I'm going too deep on the deep end, All right, so, but neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys for tuning in. But don't be confined to the system. And speaking of the Joneses, they have a system and a philosophy, whereas they lean too heavy on that particular system. Hey, just because it worked for you to win multitudes of games in the regular season, historical data says, and it shows and support that the way you moving don't work for the postseason. Well Off Media, coming to America's team. Excited. Yes, Swayze. Yeah, well off. Yeah, they well off too. That's my guy. With the Well Off Media. Appreciate him. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys, we are leaning, just like I said with the other system, we are leaning too much on homegrown guys, and we're not turning the roster fast enough. And, of course, we have to understand. And is that news confirmed, whether or not Mozzie has surgery on his shoulder? I think somebody was putting that in the chat. So we got to go through recovery stages. I hope Mozzie is all as well if that information was correct. Yeah. So the Dallas Cowboys, do we draft well? I can say we do. I'm not finna beat that up. I can say we do. We find players that's on the back end of the roster that can give us some good stuff. But is it enough? I get it. We have faith and we love this team. We want to see this team perform well, not just during the offseason. not just during the preseason, and not just during the regular season. Everything condenses, ladies and gentlemen, when you get to the postseason. You got to be laser locked in. You got to be all focused, 10 toes down. Mike McCarthy back against the wall. Hopefully, he won't be looking for interviews while he's in the postseason because he's the doggone head coach. Hopefully, Mike Zim saying, hey, I'm 10 toes down, man. I'm logging the tooth. All I want to see is this team lift up another Lombardi trophy. Hell, the last time I was here, we lifted up a Lombardi trophy in '95. I was coaching these boys, these DBs up. Hopefully in this particular capacity, back as being the defensive coordinator, we can somehow lift up this team. We can somehow be in the mix. That would be a half of the problem. Dan Quinn was already thinking about getting another job when we went into the postseason. His mind was already fixated on where will I open my eyes up when I get out of the bed. And if a dog sure wasn't Dallas. He wasn't 10 toes down. Nobody can tell me, hey man, he thought about real long and hard, pause, or no diddy, if necessary, about how they can outperform Green Bay and stopping the run. On top of that, the year before that, Kellen Moore, his mind was fixated on where will I be a coach at the next season. I just need for these coaching staff to get their mind set together and be all in on study, planning, preparing. Those who plan to fail to plan. Or those who fail to plan to fail. That's a better way. Don't say the first one. I mixed it up right there. But that is exactly what happened. They didn't plan at all. So they failed. So what can we do for the 2024 season? Well, thou shall decree a thing and it shall be established. So you, Mike McCarthy, said you confident in your guys. But we don't need lip service. We need to absolutely see the services. We need to see you absolutely using your guys. Cavante Turpin. Oh, Jalen Tolbert, you drafted him for a reason, so we need to see you use that guy. And whoever we get as the running back, we need to see him on the field. We are not finna fold up like Wallace nor lawn chairs. Of course, there are those who will say, boycott this team. Turn your back on this team. Let's not show support for this team. Let's not show up. But I tell you guys that at the end of the day, our job is to be that 12th man. Our job is to rattle and come out to these events. Our job is to yell at our highest voices to be the difference maker. There was a team called the Legion of Boom who their fan base really thought that they had a control of the outcome of the game by being noisy, by being loud. So loud that it caused earthquakes in that area. They thought that they had a chance to make an impact. There was a great leader that once said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Well, speaking of politicians, I'm not a politician, Law, but I can tell you that I want some fighters on my side. I want some of us to get out there and hold these boys accountable. We can literally go out to Oxnard and yell. You can hear Jerry Jones and see Jerry Jones on the sidelines. Maybe if we yell at him, get your stuff together, Jerry, that can change something. Maybe if we all hold these media guys accountable, that they can ask the right questions, that they can really say that these fans are angry. You can hear them. They're not satisfied for being 12-5. They don't really like the 12-5 mentality. They want to get better. 12 games is not enough. maybe we can shack and rattle some stuff like that. And some things can change. So let's band together. Let's lock arms together. Let's fight together. There'll be those who will run. There will be those who will hide. There will be those who turn their back. And I get all of that. But that's not the solution. That's the feeble mind. That's the weak way out. That's to run, hide, and say, I'm not going to support. That's not to die hard. That's to die softly. When you're dying hard, you ask them, what is your profession? And what they say at the end of that,
Spartan! What is your profession?
I don't have the other horn here, but I do have the purge horn. You see, the horn was one of the most vicious sounds you can hear in battle. Why, Lord? Why the horn? Because when they heard the horn, they knew that the army is coming. They heard the horn because they knew that not just one person is coming. Not just one law is coming. Not just one Skywalker. Not just one Vaj Lombardi. Not just one Boss Cowboy. Not just one Dak Attack. Not just one Mark Holmes. Not just one Shango. But a legion of fans is coming to take over said city. To take over said county. To take over said state. That these boys are coming, and we're gonna go down with the fight. That even with the sound, to know that when these boys step out there, that it won't be no wee-woo stuff. That it won't be no, hey man, this team is soft. That even when they make a hit, the fear of God is now on the opposing team just by the sound of the roar. We need to be like that, ladies and gentlemen. It can tip the scale. Nervousness, all of a sudden, the field goal is shanked. All of a sudden, the quarterback is 2 degrees off. If we continue to band together, we 10 toes down. And that can happen. It can elevate and it can motivate. But if we ain't there, and if we all whining and crying, you just accepting mercy of what the opposing team would do to you. We need to hold up and fight. Write this down, ladies and gentlemen. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired of it. And it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fight for it, and fret for it, and lose all terror of your mind. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. Let's go. That's been my time.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Let's go, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
They're a better team.
They have all the assets
they got all
and resources
the assets.
that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in.
Let's see if that factors in. Yes, indeed. Baby, let's get on up out of here. Hey, at that Arrowhead Stadium, yeah, it's loud up there. And it was loud up there before Pat Mahomes got there too, by the way. But that's just how that team operate and roll. But Cowboy Nation, y'all just got to figure it out.
May God have mercy upon my enemies, because I won't.
I built this me. Brick by brick.
Fucking bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not going to happen. Tell me it's going to fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
You should be a monster. If you fake bravery when you're terrified, that is bravery.
There's no hacks, bro.
It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you're thinking about, that's who you will become. Because thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to habits, habits lead to lifestyle.
Damn!
And that lifestyle is what dictates who you are, brother.
If you want to be great, one of the baddest motherfuckers ever at what you do,
Give me my thing.
you can be misunderstood by everybody. Because you're going to be so obsessed and so driven to get there.
I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Read it.
Count that too, count
Run from it.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the sink, I'm losing size. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still sit and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep it here, but call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
When you lay your head
Don't
on
need
that
no
pillow,
deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clothes. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone.
You're gonna have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. I listen to that quote every morning. I wanna get mine out the mud. I want mine out the dirt. I don't want no handouts. I don't want no celebrity to co-sign me and somebody to see me in the street and say, I remember when such and such put you on. No. It may sound harsh, but I'm gonna beat myself up so the world can't beat me up. Because the world is a cruel place. It can be a beautiful place if you allow it to be. Once your perspective changes, that's when miracles happen. What else I gotta conquer so I can get to the next level? What else? There's always gonna be giants at the gate. If it ain't rough, it ain't us. Let's go. Wow. So it ain't like, why me? It's like, why not me? Let's do it. The flowers don't chase the bees. The flowers just are.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball! This is why we do it! Hey, too many missed tackles, let's go! We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes. I hate mistakes.
Nobody does it better.
Damn!
I actually use this music to calm me down just a little bit. I be revved up for about another hour or so.
Don't let the street lights get you all alone.
I'm reading through some information. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to Kelvin. Shout out to you, Chanel. Appreciate you. You can't handle the truth. Shout out to you north of the border. Come on. Play a tune, I follow. Come on with it.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, play a tune,
Come on.
7 years of a perfect love.
On the ticket hotline.
Looking all Stephen Hawking like the way I'm sitting on that couch there.
Making your notes in the NFL notepad. Yeah.
I did in Georgia. I had my notepad there, taking football notes. I was writing stuff in there like, do football good, do more money. Here are some breasts. And I draw 2 circles with dots in the middle of it.
Street lights hit you. Can I be your play it too? I'll follow wherever you go.
If I offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart.
Play it too. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on. Damn. Fly on.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday, yeah. Depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday, yeah.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going
The Cowboys fans want answers today. What answer do you have for how this team is playing right now?
We're not playing very well.
Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed as an organization about how the team is playing?
Get your damn act together yourself. Okay? Now we're gonna have a good visit this morning, but settle down just a little bit.
Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.